The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show podcast is sponsored by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Celebrate Christmas in July with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Get huge savings with $1,776 off a new multi-head ductless system. Visit standardheating.com to discover all the goodies in Santa's bag.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. 93.
Good morning.
What's today?
It's Friday. Yay!
Yeah.
It's Friday already?
We were sleeping together one night. While we're doing it, I lost my erection. It's a terrible moment. You know what I mean? It just slides out. Like a drunk being asked to leave the bar. And he's like, I'll be back. And everyone's like, I don't know, dude. And she got insecure. She was like, is it me? And I was like, yeah. It's not your fault. You're very attractive. It's just we've done this a lot. You ever try to explain the situation? You make it 10 times worse. I was like, look, the penis is like a guard dog. For a stranger, it's going to go crazy. But with familiarity, it will soften. And she got angry. Started screaming and cursing at me. And then I got hard again. How about sex robots? What do you think? You think you'd do it? No, just me? All right. Guess what? You think you won't, but you might. I think it's going to be like cell phones. Even if you're broke, you're going to be like, I need a sex robot. But if you're really broke, you will get a lower-end model. Like maybe while you're you get ads. You're deep in the robot, all of a sudden you hear liberty, liberty, liberty.
Get this show on the road.
Yeah, all right. This is it for us, isn't it, Josh?
This is it. Our Friday. Hopefully everybody's Friday.
Yeah, it's our final work day for the week. It is our Friday. Go ahead, Josh. Sing the We Don't Care It's Friday song. Go ahead.
I never learned the harmonies.
Just sing it.
We don't care it's Friday.
See? You know it better than you. I don't want to hear this I don't know the harmonies crap. He knows that we don't care.
Take this job and stick it up your butt. It's Friday.
Right. You know the friggin' song.
Take off your clothes. It's Friday.
Well, the man said.
Rub your nipples. It's Friday.
Got to keep doing it.
Now he's improvising.
No, I thought those were the words.
No, you're making stuff up now. We never got that far. We never started writing anything about nipples or anything.
Gonna lick you up and down. It's Friday.
Man, someone's happy it's Friday.
Welcome to the Half-Ass Morning Show. And I'll tell you what, here's what we got going later this morning. We're going to go ahead and try our old reliable Friday bit called Dad Fights. It's been a poke. We've battled many technical problems trying to get dad fights back in the mix. And we think that today we can get her done. We think.
Yeah, we've been testing out this new system for Randy, which, there's still some kinks. But the biggest issue we were having was just there was a little bit of a delay.
Sing the delay song.
Does it involve rubbing nipples, too?
Well, the delay song's very creative. It's artsy. All right,
Yes.
So tell me again.
The delay song,
Yeah,
go ahead and sing it.
This is the delay song.
See what I'm saying? If you're not familiar with the bit, our pals Randy Shaver and Brad Effin Ryder will face off in a spirited trivia battle. And usually one of them gets all whiny and bitchy, and we sit back and enjoy.
And then the other one brags and brags and brags.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They rub it in for weeks.
Both Google,
Yeah.
They do they use Google?
Well, they've been accused.
They have been.
But I must say, their knowledge of various topics, all sports related, it's impressive, to say the least.
Various
Both
topics,
those guys.
but mainly it's sports.
Yeah, they dominate in that stuff.
Yeah, 8 a.m. we'll try to get that nightmare off the ground. So I'm looking forward to that. Here's a fella who has life nailed. I mean, nailed. Hard. NWO Jesus. How do you negotiate something like this? He texted in to say, not only is today my Friday, but it's my ultimate F-off day. He has the next 16 days off.
Whoa. That's awesome. What are you going to do with yourself?
Well, he's got a list of what he's going to do here. Go to the cabin.
Good start.
He doesn't say if it's his or not. Maybe he's going to end up at one of our cabins. But anyway, go into the cabin, go into some ball games, dirt track racing, and then he's going to blow the rest of his money at the casino. He says, see you dweebs in 17 days.
Yeah.
How do you negotiate that? I wonder what he does for a living. What do you do, NWO Jesus, where you can just walk away for 16 damn days? If you don't mind.
Can I go on a dirt track racing ride-along? I'd love to do something
that would
like
be
that.
fun.
That's about the only ride-along that you haven't accomplished in your lifetime.
Yeah. I know. I've got another one coming up hopefully tomorrow where I'll be exploring the innards of a helicopter.
Oh, wow.
Dude, sweet.
Hang on a second. You're going to go up in a helicopter tomorrow?
That's the plan so far. We'll see, I guess.
But you've done that before.
Yeah. At my honeymoon, I was in a helicopter.
That's right. I knew there was something there.
And the dude, it was awesome. So we went to Vegas, and we found out we're not really Vegas people. We didn't gamble. I put $10 on black.
Nice.
A coworker lost it immediately, and that was about it. But so we took a helicopter over the Grand Canyon, and we get there. The dude, he's standing outside the helicopter, right? The pilot. And he's got his sunglasses on, his aviators, arms crossed, just wait for everybody. And as soon as we lifted off, he played the Top Gun theme song, and I melted.
Oh, my gosh.
This was worth the money. And we bought a video of it, and it shows the outside and the inside. And my face was so stupid, I couldn't watch it more than once.
Oh.
I was embarrassed. And I was right there. I sat right next to the pilot.
I got to watch this. I got to watch this video. So
I wonder if I even saved it.
It's like almost like a GoPro where all of your facial expressions are.
Yeah.
Okay, so this weekend, when you ride along with a helicopter, is this a police helicopter? You're always doing ride-alongs with the police.
It could be related to something like that, yeah.
How does it feel? I've never been in a helicopter. Do you feel under control in a helicopter?
I put a lot of trust in people that I don't know if I should or not, but I didn't feel nervous at all going in that thing. It was cool. And it was one of those that there was like glass, the whole front was this big glass bubble. And so where I was sitting, you could kind of like half my feet were glass, it was awesome.
Right. I personally, I don't like the sound of this.
Yeah, I would hate it.
I don't.
Oh, really?
Well, no, that's not what I mean, Wapple. I don't like the idea of Josh risking his life in a damn helicopter is what I mean. Also, though, we can go down your route, too. I would probably be a little nervous in a helicopter. I think I could do it, but I just don't. I don't like you taking chances.
Well,
you know what I'm saying, Josh?
Yeah, that's nice of you to say. I'd worry about you in certain situations too.
That'd be a cool way to go out.
The pilot and I we're gonna get really drunk beforehand.
Yeah, that's smart.
Nice.
I'm sorry. That would be a cool way to go out.
Yeah,
you say?
compared to like all the other lame ways,
Give us a list of lame ways to die. I got to hear this.
I don't know, like dying in your sleep or having a heart attack.
Oh, I'd much rather die in my sleep.
I'd rather die in my sleep.
No,
I'll take that any day.
I'm just saying it'd be a cooler story for like people to tell after you die. Like, how did Josh die? Like, dude, you're never gonna believe this. Sit down.
I don't know. I don't think anybody today talks about Kobe Bryant and goes, cool. Yeah, man, that was cool.
Ashley, sometimes your dark side gets the better of you.
I mean, I understand where you're going with that.
Are you okay, Waffle?
Yeah, Waffle almost died there.
That was genius.
I know exactly what you're saying, but yeah, I have to respectfully, of course, disagree.
You are a bright person, Ashley, but every once in a while you morph into this like Beavis and Butthead, cool death type personality, and I don't know if I like it that much. That sounds cool, dying in a helicopter.
Maybe if I get a chance to do this tomorrow, Ashley, I'll bring that up to the pilot. It'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure he won't be scared at all.
For years, I've been trying to gain the respect of my young coworker, Ashley.
Mm-hmm. I don't like the idea of you going up in a helicopter, but I know you're a thrill seeker.
In some ways, yeah.
I also love, too, Josh, that you talk about this a lot. You're a homebody. You don't like leaving the house. And then, I think today I'll go in a helicopter.
Hey, I was asked to go, and I thought, well, I can't turn that down.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, dude.
What is this now? I got all kinds of texts coming in. I had one in front of me, and then you know how the text machine works. Right when I'm ready to bring it up, then
there it goes.
6 new text messages show up, and it bumps the old one out of the way. I had a route I was going to take, and I lost it. Oh, speaking of death, a listener texted in to tell us that Shelley Duvall has checked out.
Yeah, that's too bad. I always found her strangely attractive. I
Is
don't
that
know
right?
How you guys feel about it?
No, I'm interested.
And she even said, I'm not your stereotypical beauty, but when she got famous, it was more accepted to be rail thin and tall. And she just had like a unique face.
She did. She had a very unique look.
And I know she kind of had some goofy moments later on in life.
Did she?
Oh, yeah. There was specifically a Dr. Phil interview she did in 2016 that people talk about.
Okay, I'm not aware of this. Should we stay away from that?
I don't. There's not much to say other than you can look it up.
Okay.
And some people were unhappy with how that turned out.
Okay, I'll look it up.
But yeah, 75 years old, just a few days after her birthday. I've never seen the full The Shining.
Oh God,
it's great.
One of my favorites.
I've seen, all the parts people talk about, I've seen.
Yeah,
of
same
course.
here.
And I've seen, it's been parodied so many times. I've seen it like on The Simpsons or everything you can think of that's parodied. I've seen a lot of those.
And that's where I became familiar with Shelley Duvall.
What about her, like in Popeye?
And that's
when I fell in love.
That's the other route I wanted to take. Okay, so it was her role as Olive Oyl to where you realized I'm kind of attracted to this lady.
Well, yeah, that's the first time I saw. I'm trying to remember when that movie came out.
79 or 80.
Okay,
1980.
I saw it in the theater.
Yeah, because I remember I was way too young for The Shining when that came out.
That was also 1980.
Yeah. So that was an awesome movie. I liked that Popeye movie. I thought she was great.
Dude.
As a kid, it was an awesome movie. Maybe if I watched it now, I wouldn't use that word. You know what's awesome? Dying in a helicopter.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you brought up Popeye. I certainly wanted to bring up Popeye. That movie, we've pushed this movie before on people who haven't seen.
Never saw it.
The 1980 edition. Well, probably the only edition of Popeye the Sailor Man, the movie. I don't think there are other Popeye movies.
Of course, that's it.
He had his cartoon show
which I really liked.
From the 50s all the way probably through the 60s. Anyway, the Popeye movie with Robin Williams as Popeye and Shelley Duvall as Olive Oyl is one of the most bizarre experiences you will ever have in your life. Trust us. And do you remember us pushing this on you before, young people?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It is so bizarre. It's cute, but yet really creepy. The animation is really interesting. Not that it's a cartoon movie, and maybe animation is the wrong word. The special effects, just watch it. And you pot smokers you won't sleep for days if you get high before watching this movie.
Great.
You'll be freaked out. It's just so odd and so original. If you have not seen Robin Williams as Popeye, Shelley Duvall as Olive Oyl, it's just one of the more original, bizarre experiences you'll ever have. And then, of course, The Shining is one of my favorites. And everyone was great in that movie. She and Jack Nicholson were just...
He was insanely good in that movie.
So is anyone with me that you find her attractive? There's something about
yes,
her. She's just got that, whatever that is.
Yes.
You can't really put your finger on it.
I can't say that it struck me often, but there have been times, specifically when I'm watching The Shining, where, she's... I know what you mean. I do.
It's her eyes. For me.
Yeah, she had big eyes.
Big eyes.
She talked about that, too.
Yeah.
She called them, like, saucer eyes or something. I can't remember. But, yeah, that's a part of it. Mm-hmm. Where it's almost like an animated character. Like, if you look like princesses in Disney movies always have the big eyes and stuff like that.
Yeah, she almost looked like an animated character.
So is Popeye weird, creepy, kind of like Willy Wonka?
Now, which Willy Wonka are you?
The very first one
with Gene Wilder.
Oh, that's so
yeah.
weird.
Similar that they're both weird and creepy, but also very different experiences. Yeah. Very different. Yes, weird and creepy, but you just got to try it. Robin Williams was friggin' brilliant. Robin Williams is so perfect. That dude didn't get enough credit for his skill set. Just overall, I don't think. Everyone knows the man was wildly funny, and he could just improv his way through anything, right? And he's been given all the credit in the world for his humor, but he had a deeper skill set than I think a lot of people gave him credit for, and Robin Williams as Popeye will show you that.
Isn't Will Smith going to be in a Popeye movie maybe next year?
Well, that ruined it.
I'm pretty done with Will Smith.
I have no idea.
I thought I heard a rumor. Let me
About one of my best friends
There's already a trailer for it.
Oh, no.
What
yeah, I thought I saw a trailer for it, but okay,
2025 Popeye live action movie.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I mean, I'd give it a shot. A friend of mine, I'll give it a shot just because I always was a fan of the Popeye the Sailor Man cartoon. My brother and I.
Oh, I loved it.
Loved the Popeye the Sailor Man and the fighting and the violence. Oh, God, we love. But I'm interested in learning more about this Will Smith. Is he playing Popeye?
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay.
Well, he's got a pipe in his mouth, so I'm assuming.
A friend of mine is still so mad about the Chris Rock slap that he refuses to watch anything with Will Smith ever again. Even he won't watch The Fresh Prince. He won't watch Bad Boys.
I guess that maybe now I should say I'm embarrassed to say I'm done with him too.
He's boycotted Will Smith altogether.
That was such a chicken-esque move.
Oh, it was terrible.
And, okay, maybe Chris Rock made a distasteful joke. That he's that style of comedian, but Chris Rock has been mortified by it. Man, that really disappointed me because for a while, this, Will Smith was my favorite actor for a long time.
When you and I first hooked up, when our physical and professional relationship first started, 25, 27 years, whatever it was, when we first became friends and then more than friends, you loved Will Smith.
Yeah. Yeah,
you loved all of his movies. You talk about
everything about him. I thought he was like the most genuine, nicest guy.
Didn't he come to the Mall of America?
Yeah, it was Southdale Center, and there was they had like a movie premiere. I think it was maybe for Hancock, and which I enjoyed.
You showed up with a sign, "I love you, Will."
Well, it's funny. They're like,
crying.
Hey, how about this? They invited the whole radio station. You can come meet Will Smith. And I thought, my gosh, I love Will Smith. I'm not, a lot of celebrities, it's kind of like, but that was great. An opportunity to meet Will Smith. But essentially what it was is if he was running out of a football tunnel. He just kind of ran through the people, and that was it. So I saw Will Smith blur.
You dished a high five or two, and he was gone.
Well, I don't think he even gave a high five.
Oh,
he just ran into the theater, and that was it.
You loved Will Smith. The slap, I mean, to me, how many years ago was that? I mean,
3, 4?
Seems longer ago than that. What it did for me, and I didn't see it live because it was wasn't it some dopey award show that nobody would ever. Anyway,
March 20. That's my birthday. March 27th, 2022.
What it did for me was it frightened me. That was frightening.
It was weird, that rage.
Yeah, and my fear was, wow, this guy's really nuts. And I don't know. I mean, I haven't followed. I mean, of course, then there were all the weird conspiracy theories that popped up that made zero sense. But I didn't follow the story afterwards. Did he come forward and admit that he's having mental health problems?
A long time later, he put out a video where he was, like a crying video and apologizing. Well, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't necessarily an apology. I can't remember, but he acknowledged it.
I mean, yeah, because it freaked me out. He displayed the traits of a crazy person that night. Aside from it being totally, as Josh referred to it, chicken-esque.
I mean, even when he was approaching Chris Rock, you could see Chris is like, okay, what's going on here? But I'm sure he's never thinking this mega star is going to slap me in the face on national television.
And then, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
It was just funny, too, because he yells beforehand, keep my wife's name out of your mouth. And then Chris Rock is like, ha, 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 ha.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone thought he was joking.
He was joking. Dude, and then he stands up.
But you brushed on the topic. There's somebody already brought it up. They say the slap wasn't real. Okay, get back to me on why, first and foremost, and what evidence have you seen since as how it blew up someone's career or what the positive of that slap
There's
was?
still someone hanging on to the idea that was a bit?
Yep.
Okay, you gotta stop that.
And then Will Smith acknowledged and apologized and said it was wrong, but then in the new Bad Boys movie, I guess there's like a lot of like wink jokes to slapping in it.
I'm not getting into that silliness again.
And Canary Jesus said he was defending his wife. What kind of? You know what I mean? Like at first he was laughing at the jokes, and then he saw her face, and then that set him off a little bit.
Okay, there's defending your wife.
You could talk to the guy afterwards.
Yeah,
Yes.
And then there's slapping another grown man in the face on worldwide television.
I mean, you slapped him. Bitches slapped. All right? Like, at least throw a punch.
Please.
And Wolfpack Softball Jesus brings up a good point. Now, she's been open about this, Will Smith's wife. Random guys can put their D's wherever they want with her, but you can't have her name in your mouth.
Okay, so anyway, we got started on this because, Shelley Duvall passed away. Remember the scene from The Shining when she says, I'm just really confused and I need time to think things over. And Jack Nicholson says, you've had your whole effing life to think things over. What's good a few more minutes going to do you now? Wendy, darling, light of my life, I'm not going to hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to bash your brains in. What are you
doing down here?
Oh, no.
I just wanted to talk to you.
Okay, let's talk.
Oh, no.
I just want to go back to my room.
Why?
I'm very confused. I just need a chance to think things over. So April, don't hurt me.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Stop swinging the bat. Put the bat down, Wendy. Wendy! Give me the bat. Give me the bat.
And they get the sumbitch in the end. They froze him to death. There he was, wasn't he, Wample?
Yep.
Spoiler alert. Thanks a lot for that.
What else is going on? What did I miss? It's Friday. Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder, dad fights a little bit later. Back to your helicopter ride, Josh. This weekend, tomorrow. Going on a ride along in a helicopter. Do they let you steer the sumbitch around a little bit?
I can't imagine they would do anything like that.
They don't let you take the wheel.
So. I don't know. I wouldn't want that responsibility.
Can't touch the yoke.
When you go on ride-alongs with cops, don't they let you drive the cop car for a while?
No, at least I've never been able to.
What?
I mean, it's not like the movie Superbad.
Can I shoot the car? I don't know. Can you? He hands him the gun.
Friggin' Fogel. All right, there you go. Going to be a good weekend. Going to be a hot one.
I'm not a fan
Gross.
of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be hot.
Dana asked me to come mow his yard.
Yeah, too hot yesterday. I asked Josh if he wouldn't mind just loading up his mower and bringing it over.
You got a yard now?
Yeah, I do.
He's got a landlord now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Now
I moved in with my fiance.
You're the latest member of our program to move in with their landlord.
Yes.
Sucks having a yard, doesn't it?
Ours is, we live in South Minneapolis. It's very small. It takes about 15 minutes.
But it still sucks, doesn't it?
It still sucks.
Yeah,
just the process and getting it out and getting it started.
Yeah, you came from a situation where you had no yard.
No.
And now you have a yard.
Now I have a yard.
And that sucks.
It does.
Yeah. Just be careful. Be careful. Now you better put that dopey bandana back around your head because you're going to sweat your nuts off.
Exactly. That's a good point.
You are going to be completely dehydrated by the time that experience is over. We got to get moving on, though. You're a great crowd. It's Friday. We'll be back. I think we're going to try that stupid news next on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Are you ready to beat the heat this summer? Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is here to help you say goodbye to sweltering heat and hello to ultimate comfort. Ashley, what specials do they have going on this month?
Celebrate Christmas in July with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Get huge savings with $1,776 off a new multi-head ductless system. Visit standardheating.com to discover all the goodies in Santa's bag.
Welcome to Talkville, the ultimate Smallville rewatch podcast. Well, let's get into season 4, episode 21, Forever.
Is there a button we can hit that just skip?
I know. What I'm surprised about, and I don't think there's anything he could have done, but James Marshall directed this, and he's directed so many great episodes.
It's collecting the paycheck.
This would have been an epic episode if somehow it was Lex Luthor's high school experience and graduation.
Binge seasons 1 through 4 of Talkville before season 5 begins, wherever you listen.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, Ashley.
What's up?
The lead singer for Poison, who puts on every morning when he wakes up, he puts on a horsehair wig, and then he puts on a bandana, and then he puts on a cowboy hat. His name is Bret Michaels. The town up there in the Northwest Metro is St. Michael.
I know. As soon as I said that, I was like, shoot.
What's ups with that?
I don't know. I'm slowly turning into my mom, I think. She puts S's at the end of everything.
Nick does that too sometimes.
I love it. It
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
I have my own problems.
Use guys.
Here's the thing. Stupid news is on the way, but I do have a couple of text messages here. It's a prime time for text messages, 651-989-9393. Before we're too friggin' busy around here, we were talking earlier about the passing of Shelley Duvall, who, and I'm not a massive fan. I couldn't sit and rattle off everything the woman accomplished in her terrific career. The two projects that I'm a fan of, that Shelley Duvall was involved in, Popeye, the movie from 1980, and from the same year, The Shining. Brilliant stuff. I could watch it every day. Josh, or somebody, found out that there's another Popeye movie going to be coming out next year, and Will Smith is involved. Okay. A listener tells me Will Smith is not playing Popeye. Conor McGregor is playing Popeye.
I've seen that too. Is that two different things?
He's a karate champion, right? Conor McGregor.
Yeah. If
Right.
you like it, if you want to see his butt, you can see a lot of it in the new Roadhouse.
Never saw it.
Amount of butt.
Okay. Conrad McGregor, according to a listener, is playing Popeye. Will Smith is not.
According to Snopes, the fact-checking website, Will Smith is not going to be in a Popeye movie. That was just a social media prank.
Oh, that was a joke, that video?
Yeah.
Well, good.
Oh, I'm sorry. So now Will Smith is not in the movie at all?
No.
Oh. Well, how amazing, how quickly things can change.
What a roller coaster.
All right. By the way, how's everyone feel this morning? You feel all right?
Yeah.
Feeling
Well,
okay.
my tummy's a little upset.
What do you suppose started that?
I don't know. It's just, the state of the world, maybe, or perhaps something I ate.
My stomach is fine.
Since when? Oh, wait a minute. I've heard evidence to the contrary. And I've been hearing that a lot this morning.
You haven't heard nothing.
I've heard a couple of things.
Got a text. Jesus. that wasn't me. I was in the middle of talking.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I received a text message from I'd hate for my cornholio to get polio, Jesus. And he sent me, I think this is a meme, is what you call this. I don't know. It struck me funny. He sent me a meme. It's a picture of the... Are you looking at this? What's your name over there, Josh?
No, that was
Someone's hiccup.
Ashley Hiccup.
Oh, I missed that.
Ashley, I can help you out. I have a track record of curing your hiccups.
Yeah, do you want to come scare me again?
Ashley has the hiccups. I missed that. I'd hate for my cornholio to get polio, Jesus. Texted in a picture of the Why Do I Feel Amazing All the Time starter pack. Do you want to know what food items are involved in that? And there's other items as well. In the Why Do I Feel Amazing All the Time starter pack. It's Newport cigarettes, a can of Copenhagen, a Dr. Pepper, a gas station chicken sandwich, and a Red Bull.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
Does that sound like something you can handle? That's funny. I don't know why, but it got me. Why do I feel amazing all the time? These are the items. All right. I guess it's just me and you, Cornholio. Just me and you. I'll tell you right now, by God, I will. This here lead story in today. You can move away from the microphone.
I know, I have, and then they surprised me out of nowhere.
Just
stay away.
Stay away from the
you got
microphone.
Something to say. Hey, that rhymed.
This here lead story in today's stupid news is terrifying. Terrifying in a couple different ways. In San Francisco, California, a tourist was violently attacked by a local maniac. Right, now what was that? Was that sound effects or was that the real thing?
You'll never know.
I didn't hiccup, so.
A tourist was violently attacked by a local maniac in San Francisco. The tourist was being attacked, listen to this, by a lunatic who was dressed as a pirate and swinging a blowtorch around.
Whoa.
I don't know about you, but I'd be sure that I was a goner if that was me. A blowtorch? But the tourist was saved, and here's the next level of horror that the victim had to endure, and likely something that will haunt them for the rest of their lives. The tourist was saved by two old naked guys.
Yeah. If I was like the bad guy in this situation, I would hope it would be like retired Navy SEALs or something like that. Not a couple of old naked guys. That's not how you want to get busted.
I'm not playing with you. Here comes a couple of old-ass naked dudes to save the day. D and nuts just a-swinging. Bellies hanging, old-ass cheeks bouncing up and down.
A lot of white chest hair I noticed as well.
Oh, yeah. In broad daylight, no less. Bright, sunny day.
You can see every crack and crevice.
The naked dudes, they live the nudist lifestyle, don't you know? One fella out of the two is named Pete Farah. The other is named Lloyd Fishback.
I like that.
They were on some kind of a wacky naked stroll through town. I guess that kind of thing is okay in some parts of San Francisco. They're just walking around in the nudes when they saw the, quote, crazy pirate guy threatening a man with a blowtorch. The pirate was threatening to burn up the tourist's face for him. And there's a video, thankfully, right? There's a video of this rescue. And it's as weird as it gets to see two naked dudes standing on a sidewalk like it ain't no thing. Bright sunlight, while the pirate guy and the poor tourist are squared up. Now, a fully clothed dude also helped the tourist out by sneaking up on the pirate dude and snatching the blowtorch out his hands.
That was a sweet move. The fully clothed dude was wearing a skirt. I mean, there's a lot going on in this video.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, he had a long skirt on.
So the fully clothed skirt guy, okay, snatches the blowtorch out the hands of the pirate. The pirate starts punching the tourist, and that's when naked dude number one, Lloyd effin' Fishback, jumped in and started swinging at the pirate.
He had a decent punch, too, by the way.
He did, so much so that psycho pirate dork walked away before the ultimate embarrassment, getting your face punched in by a naked guy.
I love that the first naked guy that punches at him, he's still wearing a backwards baseball cap.
Didn't go fully nude.
No. He's not going to
Yeah, some decency.
all the way.
The article here notes that the final score was Skins 1, Pirate Shirts 0. So the cops were called. Swinging Lloyd Fishback, the naked guy that came in and started dumping punches on the psycho pirate blowtorch guy, he declined to comment on the story. He values his privacy, but not anyone else's, I guess. Walks around town naked. But anyway, the San Francisco Police Department identified the pirate guy. They say he's a 38-year-old by the name of Zero Tribble. Zero is the first name.
I kind of like that.
I hadn't heard that one before. He's a well-known neighborhood nut job. He likes to threaten people and threaten to burn down buildings and whatnot. He's a real cutie pie. But what was the guy's first name? I had it in here. Pete Farah. He's one of the, remember, it was Lloyd Fishback was one of the naked guys. The other one's name is Pete Farah. He says he wants to normalize nudity in his neighborhood. He made comments about the rescue that they made and the crazy pirate guy. He made comments about that, and but just moving on. In general, if you're wondering about he and Lloyd Fishback walking naked around the neighborhood in broad daylight, he wants to normalize nudity in his neighborhood. He says, we've tried to show the neighborhood that we're regular people. We just have a relaxed idea of what we're supposed to wear. We want to be seen as good contributing members of our community. Well, you contributed like a sumbitch on this deal, and that's great. But balls in broad daylight are going to take some getting used to.
And I think the baby oil that coated his body also added a level of disgust.
Was he covered in baby?
Oh, yeah, he was very shiny. He had a lot of baby oil on.
You know, for you nudists out there, I ain't mad at you. And it really wouldn't bother me at all. Well, maybe I'm having second thoughts now because I forget about the kids. You know how easily I forget about children. I don't think... I'll just leave it at what I said a minute ago. Balls in broad daylight are going to take some getting used to. Here's the latest on those godforsaken dating apps. And it revolves around our crippling, ongoing obsession with penis size. Says here, is this true now, Smashley? Women's often look at a man's hands to try and figure out what they're packing. Is that true?
Yeah.
It is true. Okay, I thought you were going to laugh and say no. So is that something, do you do that often, try and figure out, I wonder what he's packing?
Definitely. Probably too much, but yeah, it crosses my mind.
Would you say your friends do as well?
I guess I'm not too sure about that.
We know
don't
your
really talk
boyfriend
about it.
does. You
Yeah,
commented
he does.
before that he
Yes.
comments on other men's genitalia.
Well, he just goes right to the source. He doesn't look at hands.
Yeah, Ashley's boyfriend's kind of a pecker checker.
Yeah. Unashamedly so, even.
He has fun.
All right, so Ashley confirmed it. Women look at a fella's hands to try and figure out what he's got swinging between his legs. Yes.
Men's hands are just attractive in general.
Really?
Yeah, that's definitely a thing for women. They love men's hands.
I hadn't heard that either.
Oh yeah, especially one that like you can see the veins.
I wonder if
Okay.
in their hand. Oh, that's hot stuff.
Really?
I got some.
Check out these veins.
I got somewhere where the ladies can see some veins. So here's a gal. She admits she's all wound up about dong size. She's gone ahead and developed a new tool that she claims can make an accurate prediction on the size of a fella's rod by using a picture of their hands.
I'm in trouble.
What
Big
are you in trouble for?
I've got little hands.
Yeah, your hands aren't very big.
No.
I think I have little hands.
Yeah,
too,
your
but I
hands
don't
are
know.
very small, Wapple. You have a child's hands.
I asked the question, is this something women do? Do they do that? And Rosalie says, yes.
Really?
But Book Nerd Cheeses said she's a lady and definitely does not do that. Crying face emoji. I'm sorry, laughing crying emoji.
This gal's got a funny name. My best guess, Treen Randlew.
Wow.
Yeah, she created this effing thing called Size Him. Size Him. That's the name of the app. I think you would define it as an app. Apparently, in her personal life, she says she's always asked potential dates for photos of their hands. Like maybe say on, I don't know, Facebook or whatever, a guy asks her out on a date. She asks for a photo of his hands. She says this: hand proportions can tell what is in the pants. And when your body proportions, meaning you and your partner, are similar, there's a higher probability that you will have a really good sex life. And as we know, sex is one of the bases for a long-lasting relationship. So I guess that's more or less where she's going with this. She says ladies need to find the right type of dong for their body shape, body type, and then the two of you can pound away like it's prom night and be happier than hell.
There's a few people texting in saying that, gentlemen, they have very large hands, very small genitalia.
Oh.
You know, there's an advantage, I guess, to having small hands. If I was to send a D-pic and I put my hand down there,
Oh, true.
you know, it might, the right perspective might be pretty impressive. Hot Cocoa Sheezus says she doesn't do that. But she said, but you know what's fun about tiny hands? big boobs. Sure.
Oh, yeah.
What?
That's cool.
Yeah. Your boobs look huge.
Yeah.
Oh, when she holds her boobs in her tiny hands, they look okay.
Must look massive.
Or even if the guy has small hands.
Yeah.
Wow, your boobs are big.
That's what I think she meant.
Okay. So, back to this lady, Treen Randlew, who has this new gimmick happening. If you go to her app or her website or whatever it is, what did I say it was called? Mantar? Size Him.
Size Him, yeah.
Size Him, and I'm guessing you got to give her a few bucks. You upload a picture of a man's hand as well as your own. And then apparently the folks over there at Size Him can tell you what to expect as far as the guy's pecker size goes. And a report on your overall chances of compatibility. This is really effing dumb.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of girls are saying feet, too. They check out feet.
Yeah, the shoe size.
And don't you think as men, if the men could talk candidly for a second, aren't you tired of being objectified by women?
Get out of
Decades
here.
upon...
yeah.
Ashley, stop. We've been objectified. We're not just pieces of meat.
Why do you think I wear choppers in July, Josh?
And by the way, Ashley, my eyes are up here.
It weighs on me, Cubby. It does. So now that we got that nonsense out of the way, this is where it really gets fun. This website mentions that there are 7 penis types. I didn't know there were 7 different types of tallywhackers. So the website says there are 7 penis types, and I guess from the picture of the man's hands, they can maybe even predict what penis type the guy is hauling around. Okay.
Penis type.
This is all such nonsense. But I am interested in the 7 different types of tally. I've never heard of this before.
My type is undesirable.
Oh.
Underwhelming.
Here they are. Write this down. Use it this weekend at the bar. Share this information with your pals.
And if you see one that, or you hear one, I guess, that you think describes your penis, let us know.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Text us.
651-989-9393.
There is the curved up banana / C-shape penis.
I've heard that those are the best.
Oh, it hits the right spots?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There is a penis type called the bender. There's no details on... I guess a lot of this is self-explanatory, but not all of it. I don't know what they mean, but I think I can picture the curved up banana, the bender. I don't know what that means. The cucumber.
Oh, that's a big one, I bet.
The big shaft.
I want that to be my nickname.
Yeah.
What's up, Big Shaft?
It's going to be my wrestling name.
Well, it's the big shaft. There's the big head. There's the mushroom, and there's the pencil.
The big head.
Now, they say here, the big head. Yes, Jeff?
I was going to ask you, Ashley, of those, is there one where you thought, that's the one I want to be involved with?
The first one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did mention you've heard those curved banana-shaped ones are pretty
curved
definitely
up
the first one.
banana / C shape. Okay, they say here now. They have a side comment specifically on the big head penis brand. Okay, they say the big head penis strikes instant fear in some, whilst making others weak in the knees. One thing's for sure: this penis is not for the faint of heart.
I'd be fearful. Big head.
For the faint of heart.
Now, they're not done yet. They're not done. Size Him, the folks at Size Him, suggest if you're fixing to wrestle a fella with the big head brand donkey, that you try the crab position. Crab position. Look like people, act like crabs. Crab position. Crab position. Isn't that a hell of a deal, Josh?
Yeah.
Everything that just came out of my mouth?
Yep. You hear these all the time, right? Oh, the size of a man's nose, the whatever, but the man, you can figure out.
It's exhausting. It really is.
None of them are accurate either.
A couple guys are wondering, with all these different styles of penis, What happened to fun size penis? A lot of guys say, I got the fun size. It's not listed. I'll cover it again. The curved up banana C-shape, the bender, the cucumber, the big shaft, the big head, the mushroom, or the pencil.
I've got one of those little pencils that they hand out when you vote. That's what I've got.
That's like,
like a half pencil.
Yeah, golf pencil.
Yeah, golf pencil.
there you go.
That's a way to describe it.
Isn't that something? Hey, the polyamorous lifestyle. Whatever that is again, I can't remember.
I was just going to ask.
Yeah, I
I
don't
know
remember.
someone who that's their new thing.
Is that when you and your partner have another partner and then you do this and that? I can't keep up. What is the poly?
In her case, she describes it as like essentially like an open marriage.
Yep.
Okay, an open
So if maybe there's a technical term in there, let me know if I don't have that correct, but that's the way it was described to me. It's just you do who you want, I'll do who I want. Sometimes we can rotate and exchange partners. Kind of a free-for-all is the way I understand it.
All right. Here's the deal. I believe what this here next story is saying is that nowadays when you play that Sims video game, your character can have a polyamorous relationship. They say this is going to be part of the latest Sims video game. I think it's called The Sims Part 4.
Okay, so it's like a mod
That's
or
an
a download
extension
or something.
yeah, I'll probably get it.
The Sims has finally added polyamory. Not to be outdone, Atari released new Ms. Pac-Man Hawk-Tua version.
Hawk to a joke. That's awesome.
Well, I got the joke last week, so I've been holding on to it.
The polyamorous lifestyle. Your Sims character can now get involved in a poly... You know what Wapple says? He doesn't care if the Sims character is gay or straight or whatever. When he's playing Sims, he doesn't discriminate. He's going to kill those characters in the most vile and disgusting way possible.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you, Wapple?
Oh, yeah.
I gotta say, so two things about that conversation. I didn't know you could do that in Sims because when I played like the first one, it was very innocent. I didn't know that you could do all these terrible things, and then the creativity you had, Wapple, was very disturbing.
Yeah.
The way I looked at you changed that day.
Wapple, what happens when you send your Sims character into the pool to have a nice swim? What happens next?
Oh, what I do?
Yeah.
I pause it, you go into the build mode, you click all of the railings where they get out of the pool, and you delete them. And then you just watch them swim and swim around.
Yep.
Their energy slowly drains, and then they die.
And you'll sit there and watch this for 20 minutes.
It'll be
Wasn't
like,
there one about a house fire as well?
Yeah, you burn them up.
Fire one freaks me out because I've never heard of that before you, Wapple.
So explain that one.
What happens when your Sims character is maybe cooking a meal? What do you do?
You have them be really terrible at cooking, so
Yeah.
they don't have any skill level in that. And then you just put them in a really small room with a stove and no alarm. And then you have them cook a meal. And they burn the whole place down and die.
And they're never alerted to the fire because there's no alarm.
No, well, they just stand there and they're like, oh!
Yeah, they start to freak out. They put
fire!
So, but
That is perfect.
I'm sorry, I was
Yes.
reading a text here for a second. Did you say, like, did you eliminate a door, or how come they can't leave?
You build a wall around them. Like
Okay,
a
so
little
it's
tiny,
not like a normal room. It's you build a special kill room.
Yeah, you don't put a door so they can leave.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry if I come off, what's the word? What is the word where I almost enjoy terrible stories? I am morbid. Sorry. Forgive me for coming off morbid, but I can't get enough of stories of how Wapple kills Sims characters. I think that is so hilarious.
Well, you're enthusiastic. I mean, you're glowing.
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
you've got a big smile on your face.
It's so sad, but it unlocks like a memory from my childhood. That
I wish
just
we had
love.
video.
Yeah.
I wish we had video of you a minute ago imitating a Sims character dying in a fire. It's a beautiful
He
thing.
was spot on.
March Madness Jesus said he had a murder basement in Sims. He'd lure people to the basement, pause the game, build walls around them, and let them die from starvation.
Well, I've never really thought about crazy things like that. All I've done is like built a sweatshop. I've never done like a
You can
murder
build a
basement.
sweat. So wait a minute. I got to ask you. Grand Theft Auto gets all, there's organizations out there that just are so upset with Grand Theft Auto. Right or wrong.
Right. You're right. Oh, God, you're right.
Pick a side. It doesn't matter to me. But Nobody's talking about The Sims. This is insane.
Okay, you guys, I've talked about these mods before for the Sims 4, the new Sims.
So
it is wild. Like you can,
I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to ask something before you go too far about the mods. So is this something like I can create and put out there, or is it okay? So it's not like the game company is putting.
No.
That's probably the difference.
Yeah. So there's some of these mods you can get, and like some of them you can. When they're taking a shower and stuff in the original Sims, they blur everything out so you can't see their naked body. In this new one with the mods, you can literally see their whole body, their boobs, their wiener.
Oh, yeah.
You can watch them have sex, and you can change the different sex positions. So you could be getting a beach, and then have them switch to 69ing, and then all of a sudden really get into it. Really
Pegging?
rough stuff.
Is there any pegging?
Could do that. You can do that.
There's nothing you can do anything on that.
Butt chugging?
Yeah, I don't think you can butt chug yet.
I bet there's a mod for it.
Also, so in The Sims,
So here we go again.
There's different careers that you can go through. Like you could be a policeman, fireman, chef, whatever you want to do. In the new mods, there's a serial killer career.
What? I didn't know that.
That's effed up.
I'm downloading that immediately.
Dude, have you whacked off The Sims?
No, not at all.
Who's buying that?
I have not.
You like to masturbate, and
I do like to masturbate.
You really get excited about this topic.
It really is fun to learn about. Personally, I love it, Wapple. I do. I don't know. Am I too old to play Sims?
No.
Because
No.
I'd like to
There's
kill
gamers
video
of
game
all
characters by the dozen. I would.
You just got to figure out it's going to be a computer game, so I don't know. Might get a little
no.
tough.
Trust me, Wapple. I'd have you or someone sit next to me and walk me.
This is terrible. Chugged Up Plumber Jesus said in Sims you can have babies. Then you leave the baby in the room and make the parents ignore it.
No, I actually, like maybe 3 weeks ago, my sim decided to have twins instead of one baby, and they're really hard to take care of. And one of mine passed away like within an hour.
Oh my!
Yeah,
God.
because it wasn't getting enough attention.
That brings up another thing. So in one of these,
Oh my God!
I love this Wapple. Keep going.
In one of these mods, there is like in video games, you can get an achievement or a medal for doing an accomplishment.
Yeah.
In one of the new mods, there's like a medal for having 100 different babies with 100 different people.
Listeners are asking you questions now, Wapple. Can you purge on Sims?
Kind of. Then like cops start getting involved.
Oh, okay. How about this? What are we talking about here? I throw dodgeballs at kids for a living. Cheeses. I don't know why. Why do cheese? Anyway, he or she says, a friend and I built a penis house in Sims. What does it mean to build a penis house?
Like a house that looks like a penis?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shaped
okay.
house.
Yeah, pretty easy to do.
Really?
Switch that cheeses thing.
They're probably Wisconsin.
Oh, that's
Smart.
no, it's not.
Oh.
No.
Tonka TIG welding Jesus. I'm glad to hear that. He said the Sims talk. It's making his day. You know what? Mine too.
Well,
I like seeing you so excited.
I'd like to try it. I really would. It sounds like a riot.
Now I'll go back to this. So in the original Roller Coaster Tycoon, it was always fun. You could have this looping roller coaster.
Yes.
It kind of takes off, does a loop, goes up, and then it stops, and it comes backwards, around the loop, and then comes in the station.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can change the speed on how fast it launches. So then you can launch it, and it just goes flying right off the...
And you kill
right off
everyone
the
on the-
tracks. You kill everyone, and it'll be like, boop, 15 people die.
Now, as much as I was enjoying, it's funny how your perception can change. As much as I was enjoying all this violence talk from Sims video game, whatever you call it, the Sims video game, now I'm starting to wonder if this is the cause of some of our problems.
Maybe.
So how do you this is what I need to know. Have you heard you can do these things, or this just pops in your mind and you realize, oh my gosh, I can do this?
Oh my gosh, I can do this.
So you thought of taking the ladders out of the pool and covering the pool?
Yeah. And then it's Roller Coaster Tycoon again. Like, they'll be bitching about my dirty paths and stuff. Oh, there's vomit. There's trash everywhere. And I'm like, all right, you're going to die because you could pick up the people and move them around. So I'd pick them up and I'd drop them in a lake.
You're going to
die. I'm drowning. And then they'll die.
Wapple, have you ever played a game where you don't kill people?
Yeah, ever play like a good Animal Crossing or something?
I guess MLB The Show or something.
All right, at least there's one.
I follow traffic laws in Grand Theft Auto, and I actually kind of like doing that. Bar tab Jesus said, okay, Wapple, I think you need to talk to someone.
Yeah, like I said, at first I was really excited. You heard me. But now I'm starting to worry a little bit and wonder if this is, the cause of some of the violence around town. I don't know.
Big Tobacco Jesus said this is wildly entertaining. Please give Wapple his own segment where he spends 30 minutes talking video games. Well, every third Wednesday, you do a video game update.
Yeah.
You, Ashley, and Dana rotate that.
That should be your next one, Wapple. Just all about Sims mods.
Yeah, you list off your 10 biggest Sims kills.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I would like to try it sometime. I mean, I remember many, many years ago, 20, how long has this game been around? Because really, honestly, what is it now, 2024 or something? Probably was 20 years ago, I dated a gal who played that game.
2000.
Okay, so, 24 years ago, that would make sense. I dated a gal who played the game, and I did sit down with her once, and she was explaining to me what she was doing. She was building a house. She was cooking a meal. But, I mean, I had no idea you could go down these
very dark,
dark paths. She must not have been aware of it either. I don't know.
Did you ever hear of Sim City before
yeah.
that?
Yeah, I've heard of that game.
That's where the Sims started from. Where
Maybe that's the one I played.
Yeah, you build the town and then you have tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff destroy it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's all very interesting. It really is.
All very disturbing.
And somewhat disturbing.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
I'm not coming in, don't worry. I wouldn't wake you up for too many things. But one thing I will wake you up for is to let you know that you've made the All-Star team. We got some great news this morning. I couldn't be happy for you. Come here.
Thank you.
You've been absolutely incredible.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You deserve this as much as anyone in the world.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
How about it? How about it?
Thank you.
Wave to the camera.
Willie, how you feel? Feel great. I thought it was something else. Feel great, it's a dream come true.
And he just woke up, too. So, the day doesn't get any better right now.
Let me tell you something, Cubby. That was a pretty cool video.
That was a cool video.
Mm-hmm. Willie Castro is going to be playing in this year's All-Star game. He's replacing Jose Altuve, who's injured. Now, is he injured because the Twins hit him with a pitch in that series last weekend? Because that's funny stuff.
I was going to ask you if that was the case. I haven't seen anything that said that's why.
I didn't really get into detail on what Jose Altuve's problem is, but if it's the hit by pitch from last weekend and now a member of the Twins has taken his place, that's funny stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, Willie Castro, talk about a guy who was, expected to be this utility man. We'll dump him in there. He can play all over the field. We'll dump him in when we need to. Now he leads off for the Twins. He's just had a great year, and I love his story, and I think that's outstanding that he's going to get a chance to play in the All-Star game. Good for him. The audio, that was Rocco. I come so close to calling him Rocco. Every time we talk about Rocco Baldelli, I come so close to calling him Rocco Siffredi. And I know none of you know what that means, do you?
Nope.
A long-time, all-time great porn star, Rocco Siffredi. I come so close to calling him Rocco Siffredi. Rocco Baldelli goes to Willie's hotel room, knocks on the door, wakes him up, and tells him he's going to the All-Star game. Cool video. Is that up on our website?
Yes, sir.
Twins start a series. What do they say here? It says here, the Twins and San Francisco Giants are scheduled to play Game 1 of a 3-game series tonight out there in Northern California. That game starts around 9 o'clock. We'll talk to Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder in about a half hour. And for the first time in quite a poke, we're going to give it our best, at least. We're going to try a Dad Fights trivia showdown between Brad and Randy. Go anywheres. Josh's News is coming up next.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Are you ready to beat the heat this summer? Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is here to help you say goodbye to sweltering heat and hello to ultimate comfort. Ashley, what specials do they have going on this month?
Celebrate Christmas in July with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Get huge savings with $1,776 off a new multi-head ductless system. Visit standardheating.com to discover all the goodies in Santa's bag.
Welcome to Talkville, the ultimate Smallville rewatch podcast. Let's get into season 4, episode 21, Forever.
Is there a button we can hit that just skip
I
this
know.
one? Just
What I'm
skip it?
surprised about, and I don't think there's anything he could have done, but James Marshall directed this, and he's directed so many great episodes.
It's collecting the paycheck.
This would have been an epic episode if somehow it was Lex Luthor's high school experience at graduation.
Binge seasons 1 through 4 of Talkville before season 5 begins, wherever you listen.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
Well, some sad news. We brought this up earlier. Shelley Duvall, best known for her intense portrayal of Wendy Torrance in the horror classic The Shining, has died just days after her 75th birthday. Duvall was born July 7th, 1949 in Fort Worth and considered pursuing a career in science before going into acting, kind of by accident. She went on to appear in more than a dozen movies and television shows over the course of the 70s before she made her best-known movie, Stanley Kubrick's 1980 horror masterpiece, The Shining. The film, which required 56 weeks of shooting and holds a Guinness World Record for most retakes for one scene with dialogue, starred Duvall and Jack Nicholson in an adaptation of Stephen King's 1977 horror novel. Her family said she died at her Texas home yesterday from complications of diabetes.
Well, that's too bad. She sure was a talented gal. Does anyone have any idea how Jack Nicholson is doing these days? I don't.
No clue.
I don't even think I see him at the Laker games much anymore. He's no kid.
No, he's up there.
Mid-80s at this point?
87.
Lickety, boom, boom, down.
A 36-year-old mother in Florida has been arrested after police say she intentionally incited a 400 to 500-person riot at a local skating rink because the business canceled her teen daughter's birthday party. Using social media to weaponize our youth is absolutely deplorable, Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Cronister said. As a parent, I can't fathom what went through this woman's mind when she put lives at risk to provoke this mayhem.
Stephanie Pedroso intended to cause terror the evening of May 18th, and that's exactly what she did.
Upon arriving at the scene, multiple deputies took nearly 6 hours to contain the melee, which resulted in the arrest of 23 juveniles and 3 adults. Additionally, the sheriff's office said one person was injured, 5 local businesses damaged during that riot. Following an investigation, they said that Stephanie Pedroso incited the riot of mostly juveniles because Astro Skate canceled her daughter's birthday party. The nerve! The enraged mother said that the skating rink entered into a contract stating the facility would host an after-hours birthday party for her daughter, but she had to secure a certain number of off-duty deputies, which she didn't. So the business was forced to cancel the reservation, but they did issue her a refund. Police said that's when she used her daughter's social media to make a live video encouraging her friends to show up to inflict violence in the community.
We have this defendant on video saying, and I quote, "I hope everyone shows up to tear this up tomorrow."
At one point, she even tells all her followers, and during her live stream, that she has money and she's willing to pay individuals to come down and riot and cause destruction.
The Tampa Bay Times reported a teen was thrown through a plate glass window of a barber shop next to the skating rink.
What? What is this, an old Western movie or something?
And the rioters broke in and looted a 7-Eleven across the street.
My gosh. So obviously this lady's insane.
Yeah, she takes... Her daughter's pretty precious to her, apparently.
I guess so. What's even more amazing to me, Josh, is she was able to convince so many people not connected at all to this supposed tragedy of her daughter's birthday party being canceled. She was able to convince so many people to come over there and go nuts.
Well, that actually doesn't surprise me. I'm always ready to riot.
You are.
At the drop of a hat. I'm itching for someone to make that offer. She did offer money. You know, I'm sure some people are like, hey, I could...
okay.
Use a couple of bucks.
That's a new side hustle as you're a part-time rioter.
I don't know. I mean, even when I was at my wildest, 16, 17 years old, and some lady said, come on, we're going to tear this joint down because of my daughter's birthday party, I would say, we're going to do what now?
Yeah. I know, there's a lot of other things.
There's other stuff.
Maybe we could riot over it.
Yeah.
A birthday party.
I got a perfectly good pizza here. I don't know if I'm...
A teen's birthday party.
That's...
And you didn't do what you were supposed to do. And
Right.
It's their fault.
Right.
A California ear, nose, and throat doctor has been accused of doing meth in the office and sexually harassing his medical assistant, among numerous other allegations. This guy was wild, allegedly. The former medical assistant allegedly witnessed 44-year-old David Levin prescribe painkillers to patients, but he'd take the drugs himself, often before procedures. He'd snort powder that appeared to be drugs.
That's not good.
Do meth in the office, which the doctor described as his drug of choice.
Oh, boy.
In addition to drug use, he also allegedly used unsterile equipment on patients, used unsanitary needles after even dropping them. He carried out procedures incorrectly and failed to use proper protective equipment.
Not much of a doctor, is he?
Well, maybe he knows what he's doing. He's just not doing it. In a lawsuit, the medical assistant said Levin had sexually harassed her on multiple occasions over the course of 4 years. He told the woman he would have sex with her if he liked women. And about the size of her husband's penis, she would ask, then told her 17-year-old son something to the effect of trying it in the butt. The lawsuit claims Levin also showed her a photo of himself in lingerie, images of penises, and told her he'd love to motorboat her breasts. He also asked inappropriate questions about the medical assistant's body, sniffed and pulled her hair, blew in her ear, grabbed and poked her boobs, and rubbed himself against her buttocks, while also repeatedly telling her about his sexual encounters.
There's damn near nothing he didn't do or say.
His medical license has been suspended.
Hey,
why?
kid.
Call.
How
Why'd
you
they
doing?
suspend it?
Good to see you again there, little
Skippy.
little Donnie. So, tell me something. Have you tried it in the butt?
A woman slashed tires on 17 Waymo robo-taxis in San Francisco last month, but she didn't consider the high-tech vehicle's cameras, which captured the footage and led to her arrest. A LinkedIn profile of the 36-year-old states she works as a dancer, jokester, fashion fitness dude on TikTok. State records also show he has an active security guard license. That is. San Francisco police said the vandalism impacted numerous vehicles.
Oh, didn't think the robo car would have cameras, huh?
Never considered that.
Yeah.
The competitive eating world's been rocked by claims a contender in this year's Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest cheated to beef up his score. Nick Wary, husband of women's division champion Mickey Sudo, is being accused of sleight of hand, some trickery during the July 4th contest, in order to inflate his tally of eaten hot dogs and falsely place himself among the sport's elite. On the day of the competition, his score was 46.75 hot dogs, good enough for a fourth-place finish, but that figure later jumped to 51.75 on the official Major League Eating Results website, giving him credit for 5 full wieners more than he was actually served. Eaters' scores are tabulated based on the number of empty plates stacked in front of their spot after the allotted time is concluded. He had been accused of stealing plates from another competitor's stack and putting them on his own place setting to raise his score.
Judges here, they count how many hot dogs a competitor eats by using those plates. Every plate comes with 5 hot dogs on it. Allegedly, footage from the competition shows that Weary was lingering around the competition table. He was picking up and twirling a plate after the clock hit 0.
This is the biggest scandal in the U.S. right now.
Oh,
Although the alleged score inflation didn't improve his standing, it did bump him above that magic 50 figure, which is considered the threshold separating everyday competitors from the sport's true top dogs. For his part, he said he was shocked by the accusations, stressing he stole nothing and denied that he demanded a recount, despite mounting evidence to the contrary.
Weary here saying that he would never cheat, and if there were a mistake, he would want it fixed.
Here's the good news. We couldn't possibly give a rat's ass.
Patrick Bertoletti, this year's champ, wolfed down 58 hot dogs and buns in the 10-minute Gorge Fest, defeating 13 competitors for the title and taking home a prize of $10,000 as well as the mustard belt.
Hey, Cubby. Scandalous stuff, no doubt. But perfect timing for the Nathan's hot dog people, wouldn't you say, with Joey Chestnut being out of the mix?
Yeah.
Little extra attention on the hot dog contest.
Sure.
While Joey Chestnut isn't involved and no one cares anymore, and now they got the little scandal.
An Oakland man with a peculiar handwritten list of goals in his pocket was arrested. An officer witnessed a Honda Civic backing into a parking spot with a temporary rear plate and no front plate. So the cop ran a records check on the plate and VIN and learned the vehicle was reported stolen. A search turned up several stolen credit cards, a fraudulent check, a stolen driver's license, mailbox keys, and a to-do list in his pocket. That list read like this. Goals. 1, laundry. 2, talk to kids. 3, get some money. 4, boost, which police said was a slang for shoplifting. How are those New Year's resolutions holding up? Police teased on Facebook, saying, guess he's keeping up with his goals, sort of.
Talk to kids?
I'm assuming he meant his kids.
Oh.
He's got to remind himself to
Don't forget
talk to his children.
About the dangers of shoplifting and driving in stolen vehicles, maybe. But yeah, if it's just random kids, good thing they got this guy.
Talk to more kids this year.
Ooh, I like the part where he reminded himself to get some money.
Yeah, you got to go get some money.
Get some money.
Selling a home can be stressful. And for one Virginia homeowner, that stress level was elevated after a man on the run made himself a little too at home. At an open house Sunday, one of the people who toured the home was a 39-year-old. He talked to the seller about how much he liked the place and thought it would be great for he and his 4 kids, so he took it. He moved in without permission 2 days later. Didn't make an offer, just showed up with his kids, went inside, and refused to leave.
That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm. Turned out he was on probation and had warrants out of 2 neighboring counties. He was arrested and charged with entering a property with intent to damage, identity theft, providing a false identity to law enforcement, destruction of property, and 4 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
His poor children.
Yeah, thinking they're about to get a new house.
Yeah, they're probably jacked, like picking out their bedrooms.
This place is very spacious, and I love the open floor plan.
So no housewarming party?
No, they kicked him out pretty quick. Turns out you're not supposed to do that.
No neighbors welcome him to the neighborhood?
No, but it's one of those deals, right, where if they didn't discover it weeks later, he'd be allowed to stay. It's his now.
Oh, it's crazy to me.
The thumb of a man in Washington, D.C. was cut off to access his mobile payment app in order to steal money from him in a sick scheme. Over several days, security cameras captured 19-year-old Audrey Miller, 22-year-old Tiffany Gray, and 2 men coming in and out of the building where the 53-year-old victim lived. They used his key fob to get into the apartment, taking several items, including electronics and watches, and his thumb. A witness said Gray was a prostitute, and she and the victim had a sugar daddy relationship. The witness told investigators Gray and Miller used the man's thumb to obtain money from his account, with Gray using the funds to pay for marijuana and alcohol.
Wait a minute, what do you mean used his thumb? They cut it off of him?
Yeah, they cut it off.
Like while
you
the guy...
missed that part?
They
cut his thumb off so they could use it for the thumbprint.
Yeah, so they don't have to drag the whole body around.
Well, I guess
That's always, when those things first came out, that was always my fear, because you'd see it in movies, right? They cut the finger off, or they take the eyeball out.
I guess I missed that part. Where they walked into his apartment, they attacked him, they cut off his thumb?
Yeah, well, they killed him and cut off his thumb.
Oh.
Yeah.
How did I miss all of that?
I think you're playing your video game over there.
But that helps me concentrate.
Yeah. A thumb of a man in Washington, D.C. was cut off to access his mobile payment app.
Now I hate myself.
You shouldn't. You're a very likable guy with a lot of redeeming qualities. You're funny. You're sweet on the inside. Your confidence it keeps all of us in good spirits.
To steal a line from Joe from the television show Family Guy, you know what, Josh? That's going to get me through the rest of this yard work.
Police say the victim had previously filed a theft report against Gray for having something to do with a lost phone and making $1,600 in charges to his Cash App account.
So these kids are walking around town with a severed thumb.
Yeah, psychos.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Hope they never get out.
What if you went through all of that and then you realize that they don't even have their fingerprints set up?
Oh, it's a passcode.
Yeah, it's just unlocked.
Or it's the wrong thumb. You choose the fingers you want on that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
New music this week includes Montana-born rocker Tim Montana, who returns with his 5th studio album, Savage. Wapple's a big Tim Montana guy.
Very big fan.
You've seen him
blew me away at the Twin Cities takeover. He was very, very good.
I'm glad you said away.
Is he like Hannah's older brother?
No, he's not.
I had asked that. I had asked Wapple, is there a connection to Hannah Montana? That's my favorite Montana, or the big Montana.
Definitely. Didn't you see the acoustical set that he put on?
Yep.
Wapple?
Yep. It was awesome.
That's cool.
What about Joe?
Joe Montana? No, he wasn't there.
No. The single Die Today features a guitar solo from Chris Shiflett of the Foo Fighters.
Chris Shiflett?
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting
talented guitar player. And a band Nick and I saw together earlier this year, Mr. Big. They put out a new album today called 10, their first new album since 2017's Defying Gravity. Take a listen to the rest of the week's releases, including a new one from Candlebox on 93x.com.
Candlebox?
Yeah. And follow the 93X Notable New Releases playlist on Spotify.
Have you listened to this new Mr. Big record yet, Cubby?
Just the singles they've released. I downloaded it this morning on my Fizzle.
I got to remember.
If you want to listen to on my phone, just cut my thumb off. Come over here and open up my music app. Now playing on the big screen, Fly Me to the Moon. Channing Tatum, hubba hubba, is the launch director for the Apollo 11 moon landing. Scarlett Johansson, hubba hubba, is a marketing specialist the government hires to fix NASA's public image. Now, also in theaters this week, Nick Cage plays an elusive serial killer in Longlegs. A new FBI agent is assigned to an unsolved serial killer case that takes an unexpected turn, revealing evidence of the occult. She discovers a personal connection to the killer and must stop him before he strikes again. And on the streaming side, Vikings Valhalla Season 3 is conquering Netflix as we speak. Actually released yesterday, the third and reportedly final season once again takes place over a century after the original series, Vikings. Vikings Valhalla centers on a new group of Viking warriors as they fight for the very soul of Norway. Birthdays today, Twins pitcher Bailey Ober, 29.
Is he 29 now?
29. Brock Lesnar, 47. Vikings offensive lineman Dalton Reisner will be 29 tomorrow. Minnesota native and pro wrestler X-Pac, 52. The voice of SpongeBob, Tom Kenny, gonna be 62. Harrison Ford, 82. Patrick Stewart, 84. Conor McGregor will be 36 on Sunday. Sending some love to our pal Lake Street Handshake Jesus. Lost his dad at this time last year. Sorry, bro. Shout out to Troy and Jen heading to Worthington for a barbecue competition this weekend from heavy metal Chef and Jesus. Happy belated 29th to 5'4" and 13 inches Jesus from Happy Cappy Jesus. This text says, please wish my daughter Izzy a happy 16th birthday yesterday. Thank you from Lifeguard Jesus. Happiest of birthdays to Swingin' D-Hammer Jesus, turning 46 today, from Snot Rocket Jesus. And text PILL, P-I-L-L, the word PILL, to 651-989-9393, our Luther Bloomington Kia text line for your chance at some nookie passes to see Limp Bizkit next Tuesday at Somerset Amphitheater. Good luck. And that's 93X News.
Randy Shaver.
That is the gentleman who showed me his butthole.
On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
I am your host, Serena. Some of the best athletes in the world are right here in this room. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. This year, Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift's boyfriend won a Super Bowl. LeBron James' son, Bronny. He got drafted to the Lakers where he will play with his dad. And I truly hope Bronny has a long career. So long that we will see his hairline recede, then miraculously unrecede like that.
Some of the jokes that were dumped out during last night's ESPY Award show. I watched a little bit of it. I guess we can talk some about the ESPYs later if we want to. It's our final. It's a Friday morning. We're getting there, but we got to talk with the boys first. Brad Ryder, word up, Brad.
Good morning.
Howdy.
Give me a word up.
Word up.
Nice. Nice. And still rolling down the highway on his 20+24 ball and chain All-American road trip, it's Randy Shaver. Hello, Randy.
Good morning.
I know you are at a brand new destination this morning, are you not?
I am.
You're very excited. Yesterday, the day before, you spent some time in the UP, the beautiful UP.
Yes, gorgeous.
And
I would
Randy,
go back there.
You would?
Yes.
Good. And Randy likes to play this little game where whenever he reaches a new destination on his ball and chain All-American road trips, he wants us to try and guess where he is. Now, if you were in the UP, I don't know, maybe the sumbitch crossed over to Canada. That's what I thought initially, but then Josh said, I don't think so. He's got a pile of DWIs.
You can't. They won't let you cross the border.
And they don't let. So what type of hints would you like? Let's go ahead and try to guess. Where's Dildo? This will be what? Is this part 2, part 3?
Part 2.
This is part 2.
Where's Dildo? Part 2. Go ahead. Dump the hints on us, Randy.
Well, let's see. Let's start with the fact that I'm in an area where, according to research, there are 11 lighthouses.
Oh.
You really are getting on Wikipedia when you reach these destinations, sir. Is that because it's cute the way you play it out?
Okay.
11 lighthouses, Josh. Do you have a guess?
Wisconsin.
Okay.
Number one so far. The guess
That's
is
kind of a broad. That's kind of a broad guess.
Yeah.
but okay.
Oh, well, I thought I couldn't tell you.
That's okay.
I was trying to come up with something in the area. You were just in Michigan that you might be surprised that there's lighthouses or that many.
Did anyone watch that terrible movie about two guys at a lighthouse? And
No, because you made me think that I shouldn't watch it. That
Well,
it's
you
awful.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
What was it called? Was it called The Lighthouse?
I think it was.
Oh my God! Was that one of the worst experiences of my? Okay, we can talk about that.
Yeah,
later.
I can't believe you watched that. I heard. What was this? There was a particular scene that Harry Potter.
Yeah, there's a masturbation scene.
Harry.
Apparently, Harry Potter isn't in there.
Who's
Daniel Radcliffe who plays Harry Potter.
No.
We're thinking of different movies.
Oh,
then.
we are. Yeah.
No, it was
Robert Pattinson.
Willem Dafoe and what'd you say?
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, the Team Edward, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I watched it. Okay, fine. Let's get into this nightmare. I watched it because it was getting a lot of hype, right? And then simple plot. I love a simple plot. Two guys stuck in a lighthouse together in 1863 or something. And okay, I like that. Does one of them kill the other? Right? I love that kind of a setup. I don't like these broad plots where so I thought, okay, that's dummied down perfectly for me. Two guys in a lighthouse. And it was just the dumbest damn pile of Okay. A place with 11 lighthouses. What else? What other hints do you have, Randy?
I'll go ahead with one more, then I'm going to guess.
Okay. It won't be long before I smell of cheese and cherries.
Well, you're by Green Bay then.
Oh, I've been where you are. They have the goats on the roof at that restaurant down there. Oh my gosh.
Cheese and cherries is the next
You're by
hint.
the peninsula. You're in that peninsula area, and I can't think of that area.
They have
Just north of Green Bay.
A lot of listeners are texting in the same thing. Can I throw this out there, or do you guys want to keep going?
Throw it out there.
Door County, Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, they do the cherry festival every year because they're super into cherries.
I'm in beautiful Egg Harbor, which is about 40 minutes south of the very tip of the peninsula. So we got here yesterday and had a chance to kind of walk around here, but we're going to do a lot more exploring over the next couple of days. Never been here before. It's beautiful.
You have to go to the oldest. Take the ferry over to that island. I can't remember what it's called.
Washington Island.
Yeah, and you have to go to the oldest or the longest running bar. Get your bitters card, Randy. They give you a shot
the
of bitters.
longest running car.
Yep,
Okay.
because during Prohibition, they were able to stay open because they served bitters to people. So, yeah, you go there, take a shot of bitters. They give you a cute little card, and, yep, that's basically
Let's
it.
get back to goats on the roof. What are we talking about here?
Are these statues, or they actually have goats up there grazing on a roof?
They have real goats. It's a restaurant down there. I'm sure you're not too far from it, Randy. And their roof is all grass. So they have actual goats just chilling up on the roof.
Waiting to be served to the customers?
Yeah, can you pick your own goat?
Yeah, is it like when you pull a lobster out the tank?
Right, exactly.
That one I will eat, and that one I will date.
Looks like it's called Al Johnson's Swedish Restaurant.
Yep, that's it.
Well, that's great.
Where is that located, Wapple?
Oh, I just quickly.
He doesn't know.
By Sister Bay.
Oh, okay.
Well,
we're heading that way today.
So did you drive through Chicago and then up that way yesterday? Is that the route you took?
No, we went from the upper UP through Wisconsin through Green Bay. Had lunch in Green Bay yesterday, and then ended up here. So
that would be the more sane way to drive rather than driving through Chicago.
Oh, I would never go through Chicago. No.
Now, here's what I've noticed. This trip, this ball and chain All-American road trip, compared to the past few you've taken, you're putting on a little less miles.
That is correct.
You're taking it easy on yourself. Was there some strategy behind that? Did you and the wife get in a lot of arguments last year when you went all the way to... Did you say, hey, let's limit our miles a little bit so we don't end up strangling each other? Give me the background here.
I think it was just we planned to do something that was fairly short just because we didn't really know what the rest of our summer was going to look like. I mean, obviously, I planned this long before I retired, so I didn't really know exactly what my life was going to look like. And I still kind of don't know to some degree. So we didn't want to make it extensive. We also have this big pickleball event that's happening August 1st through the 4th in Maple Grove, and we didn't want to stay away too long because there's still some planning and things that have to go into that too. So there were a few factors that were at play here. But
when are you making your way back to Minnesota?
We will end up in Iowa City to see my son and his wife Sunday. We stay there until Tuesday morning, and then we take off and come back Tuesday.
All right. Last stop, Iowa City.
Yes.
Anyone got any Iowa City stories?
I could maybe, if you wanted me to, I could drive up to Cedar Rapids and do my broadcast on Monday right next to my statue at the high school.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah. You get there, it's covered in egg. You're like, oh, dang. The kids don't think I'm cool.
Your son is the one that egged it. You, Dad.
Right next to my statue. Is this guy full of himself or what? Well, that sounds like a hell of a deal, Randy Shea.
Yeah.
A hell of a deal.
I've always wanted to come here. Never been here. I've heard a lot about it. So yeah, we're gonna spend a couple of days and check it out. So it should be fun.
Wasn't the Ryder Cup over there a couple of years ago?
Whistling Straits is a little bit south of there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You getting into the drinks, at night when you and the wife settle in the hotel room? Are you drinking more now as a retired man?
Not really. No.
We'd become a lot closer if you did, I think.
That's one of the reasons why.
Oh, you're a cold-blooded sumbitch. Well, there you go. Randy Shaver's ball and chain All-American road trip has brought him to Door County, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful, beautiful park. Hey, we were all pretty excited earlier, Randy Shaver, when we played the audio of Willie Castro finding out from his skipper, Rocco, I want to say Siffredi again.
Baldelli.
Finding out from Rocco that he's going to the All-Star game. Willie Castro's going to the All-Star game.
I wouldn't wake you up for too many things, but one thing I will wake you up for is to let you know that you've made the All-Star team. We got some great news this morning. I couldn't be happy for you. Come here.
Thank you.
Wave to the camera.
Willie, how you feel? Feel great. I thought it was nothing else. Feel great,
And he just woke up, too. So, the day doesn't get any better right now.
Rocco! Boy, did he look tired. He looks like he was really fun.
Yeah, he was out of it.
Well, they knocked on his door.
That sounded like our friend Dustin Morris behind the camera, behind the cell phone camera.
Okay, I'm very familiar with Dustin. I've never heard him speak, though, just emails over the years.
Yep.
Handsome gentleman.
They woke Willie right out the fart sack. He had just woken up. And really, I honestly think that he thought he was going to be traded.
Oh, a lot of people said the same thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's kind of what his thought was. Like, oh no, they're getting rid of him.
You get a knock on the door right away in the morning. The first guy you see is the manager.
Yeah, he's still got bedhead. You could tell he's in this fog. He just woke up from a nap or whatever it was. Yeah, he was out of it.
I'm really proud of him. I think that's wonderful.
Well, the guy is so versatile, and really, where would they be without Castro when you consider the injuries they've had at different positions so far this year? And I was reading this morning that Castro has played all 93 games, but never more than 29 at one position. So he's been used all over the place. And besides all that, is having a career season at the plate. So he really does deserve the opportunity to fill in for Jose Altuve and play in the All-Star game.
He's a great story. He really is.
He is.
Having a great year in the field, great year at the plate. Confident guy. I think the more Castro plays, the more confident he gets. And it is kind of fun, too, to know that he's replacing Jose Altuve because of whoever plunked Altuve on
Josh
the hand.
Winder.
Was it Winder?
Yeah.
Because of Jose being plunked last weekend here in town.
Well, that just aggravated already an injury that Altuve had. So it wasn't like that was the reason why. Altuve had been going through a season with a sore left hand, and when he got plunked by Winder last week, it just exacerbated it. So
that's awesome.
So Castro will be buying Winder a nice gift.
Yeah, whatever.
Sure.
Well, I'm sure we'll talk all about that next week with Dick Bramer.
Speaking of All-Stars, we stopped in Green Bay to have lunch, and I'm watching the Brewer-Pirate game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch Paul Skeens?
No, but I read about it.
Holy cow.
You love this guy. You friggin' love this guy.
If this guy is not the best pitcher in baseball, I'm sorry. I don't know who is. He was amazing. 7 innings, no-hit baseball, 11 strikeouts. He now has like 93 strikeouts to start his career, 6-0 record with an ERA of 1.90. They pull him because of a pitch count. I think his pitch count was up in like 99 or whatever. They lose the no-hitter as a team, but they end up getting the shutout, and he ends up getting the win. If you haven't watched this guy pitch, you got to watch him because he is phenomenal at 20. What is he, 21, 22?
Yeah, he was a senior at LSU last spring, and I watched him play, or I watched him in the College World Series last year. And even watching him last spring, you knew that he was going to be up in the big leagues immediately. You know, I mean, he was just awesome there too. Led LSU to the College World Series championship.
Well, let me ask you now. So he was sitting on a no-hitter, 7 innings, and he gets pulled. Do we no longer get mad at this anymore? We used to get mad at things like that.
I mean, I'm sure if you're a Pirates fan, you were probably mad about it.
Yeah. And I'm sure he looked strong. It didn't look like he was laboring at all. But he's also 22, and you know he's become the star of your team. So caution is always going to play a part in all of that, too. The Pirates, you know, they look at the long term of where they can go with this guy, and they have a young rotation that's really pretty good. I mean, they've got some pieces, but golly, he's phenomenal. He looks great.
I read about his start yesterday against Milwaukee now, and a lot of folks are saying this is the final statement that should convince whoever needs to be convinced that he should start the All-Star game on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
As a rookie, he should start, which would be a great story. Here are some of the stats on Paul Skeens. He's never left a game trailing. He has 8 straight starts with at least 7 strikeouts. His ERA 1.90. It's 1.15 in his last 6 starts. Average fastball velocity 99.1. Opponent's batting average 202. And why not let the kid start the All-Star game? It would be a lot of fun.
And Brad, I don't know if you've watched him, but it's not like Nolan Ryan where he's trying to absolutely overpower you all the time. He's got a couple of different pitches. I think he throws like a sinker among the fastball, and he's got a hell of a curveball. I mean, he mixes it up quite a bit. I mean, those batters had no chance against him yesterday.
And everything's hard. I mean, you know, It's not like he's got like, you know, a 99-mile-an-hour fastball and then an 80-mile-an-hour changeup. I mean, the sinker, the curveball, everything is pretty hard. It just, breaks all over the place. You don't know where it's going.
A lot of our listeners want to talk about his girlfriend.
She is quite stunning.
Yeah, she is.
They call her.
She's quite famous too.
They call her Olivia Dunn. She's quite famous for what?
Yeah,
she's a gymnast.
So gymnast at LSU. She's all over commercials on TV for different products.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't recognize her. It sounds like I should look her up.
You should.
Listeners are also, a couple of them are saying, don't listen to Randy Shaver. He's blowing smoke up your ass on this. Oh, me and the wife, we just wanted a limit. We don't know what our summer is going to lead to. Listeners are saying, because now that you're a retired gentleman, the DMV has put a drive time limit on your driver's license.
Can't drive after dark.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
For most people, it isn't, but they made a special case for you.
Can't drive in the dark. Is that?
You know, and Nick and I were talking about it off air. We both kind of hope that your vasectomy fails now that you're retired.
Oh, damn.
Can you imagine that? Your grandkids are older than your young.
Oh, my God. You guys are cruel, man. This is cruel.
I'd like to see you make another baby.
I have.
What I mean, like the process. The process.
I'm exhausted just looking at my grandkids. I don't need other kids.
I want to watch you make a baby.
Oh my God. Oh.
Let's see. Does someone here have an Iowa story? I was looking for Iowa City stories. I'll have to get back to this. Okay. The Twins, by the way, are in San Francisco, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
I do like watching games at their ballpark. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They have a beautiful ballpark with the all the hippies in their kayaks looking for home run balls, and some guy brings a dog out there, and the home run ball lands in the water. The dog jumps in. Starting tonight, a 3-game series. This is the final, obviously, before the All-Star break. At 9 o'clock tonight, Joe Ryan with his perfectly powdered nads starting tonight for the Twins. The San Francisco starter, I don't have his name in front of me, but I bet he has damp nads. Joe Mauers, bone dry, Josh.
Joe Mauers?
I'm sorry, Joe, what's his name again?
Ryan.
Yeah, you know what I meant to say. Shohei Ohtani, accused of making a lewd gesture after he stole a base yesterday. No, he did not. This is so effing dumb. I'm so tired of people reaching for the latest viral video. If no one knows what I'm talking about, Shohei stole the base. He slides into second. He immediately takes off one of his batting gloves, and he's shaking the dirt out of the batting glove, but it sort of looked like he was making a masturbation motion.
It did
so
look like
all
that.
the 8th graders go crazy on social media and say it's so dumb. Take
that
a look.
video's up on 93X.
Yeah, look at it if you like. Josh, would you agree? It's silly that anyone for 5 seconds really thought that he was making a jack-off motion on the ball field.
Yeah, it was a bit of clickbait. I thought, because, there were stories saying he did make one, not it kind of looks like one.
Oh, come on. So
he was
dumb.
just like shaking out his glove, right?
Yeah, that's like I
But that's my new euphemism for masturbation.
Oh.
Shaking out the glove.
Shook out the glove last night. Wife's out of town.
What did you do last night,
I'm
Josh?
shaking out the glove.
Nothing. Shook out the old batting glove.
I guess he was a little aggressive about it.
You know who
Josh is as busy on the bases as Ricky Henderson used to be.
One of the numbskulls that actually believed that this was a sexual gesture was Janelle Klein's ex-boyfriend, Jose Canseco.
He's got to chime in on everything these days.
He's going to start judging people now, Jose Canseco.
Yeah. Right.
He got on social media and said, that was disgusting. Come on, dude.
It's kind of like when OJ would chime in on topics. When
Did
he
he
put
used
out
to-
a video. Oh, yeah.
What the hell's the matter with...
Dennis Rodman.
We're headed in a certain direction here. We are. I don't even know if Brad Ryder and Randy... Brad and Randy, are you guys aware that we're going to try a dad fight today?
Oh, we are? Oh.
Waffle made me aware when he called me this morning.
I'm just going to try to get you mentally
really?
ready. I'm trying to get you mentally ready for this.
So Waffle prepared Brad, but didn't say a damn thing to me.
That is quite interesting.
You're on vacation, dude.
Interesting.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
It did.
Oh,
Yep, got all the answers right here.
Brad, remember, don't get them all right.
Former Twin pitcher Patrick Mahomes Sr., of course, the father of pain-in-the-ass Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes Part 2. Speaking of driving, this dude might just want to give up driving. Mm-hmm. He was busted in a place called Tyler, Texas last month for driving on an invalid license less than 5 months after he was arrested in that same town for a horrible DWI.
Sounds like you just might want to avoid that town.
Does he just not think that the rules apply to him because his son is Patrick Mahomes Part 2?
You kind of wonder with how some of the family appears to operate.
Or is he just nuts or something?
I don't know. Obviously, he's got something going on.
Oh, right. I forget that he's got the brother who walks around town like he's the boss. Right. I forget about these goofy people. Patrick Mahomes Sr., he was also given a warning, so he didn't have a valid license. He was also given a warning for disregarding traffic signs. Just stop. That's just a suggestion. I'm Patrick Mahomes. Whatever. And he still has to go to court for the DWI. Who were we poking fun at the other day for their multiple pregnancies all at once? Wasn't it Anthony Edwards?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody on a podcast said that he's had 4 kids already this year.
Yeah, that's a lot of laughs for the rest of us. Tyreek Hill, wide receiver for who? Miami?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He confirmed he's the father of another baby. So here's the word on Tyreek Hill. He's had 3 children born by 3 different women. He had 3 children born by 3 different women between February 2023 and May 2023. Wow. And this,
Dang, dude.
this child is one of them, but it took a while to figure out that it belonged to him. You following where I'm going with that?
Yeah, they went on Maury and they got all sorted out.
Yeah.
He's the guy, right?
So he was a busy boy from July 2022 until
the off season.
Yeah, it was the off season.
Yeah, the off season.
I mean, just bumping. What a life. Says here, Tyreek Hill is confirmed to have at least 7 children by 4 different women, plus 1 on the way now with his wife.
That's way too much
That's
work,
why he can run
man.
so fast. He's got a lot of practice. You're what?
And then he hits the road. Now, there have been also rumors that he has 10 children. So we don't really know. But I have a quote here from Tyreek Hill where he said, "It don't matter how many kids I have."
Don't it?
I think it kind of does.
He'll be trying to play till he's 40, like some of these guys. He'll need the paycheck.
Did you guys know Monty Kiffin terribly well?
Yes.
The man has passed away.
Yes. Yeah. Very sad.
One of the all-time great defensive coordinators in NFL history, won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. He's thought of as a real serious innovator when it comes to how you operate an NFL defense. And he did spend a couple of tenures here in Minnesota. So you got to know the man, Randy?
Yep. Yeah, he worked for Jerry Burns, and then he worked for Denny Green when Tony Dungy became the defensive coordinator for Denny. Yeah, I mean, Monty was very funny. I know he had some really good connections with football coaches in Bloomington. Of course, Lane Kiffin graduated from Jefferson. He was just, I
totally forgot that Lane Kiffin was a Minnesota kid.
Yeah, he's a Minnesota kid.
Forgot about that.
He graduated from Jefferson High School. He was, I'm sure all the articles have talked about the Tampa 2 and how he was one of the innovators of the Tampa 2 defense that led the Buccaneers to the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff. But more than that, he was just a great guy. Very funny, very gregarious on the field. He was obviously a hell of a coach, too.
84 years old. From what I read, he went peacefully, and boy, he led a hell of a life. So our condolences to anyone here in town close with the Kiffin family. I remember his days with the Vikings very well. I do.
Yep.
Door swinging truck driver Jesus has a question for you, Brad Ryder.
Yes.
With your experience, would you sit down and teach guys like Tyreek Hill and Anthony Edwards sexual education?
Well, I can tell you right now, before we even start day 1 of class, they're failing. So they might need a class.
I got a feeling they could teach Brad a thing or two.
They might be actually pretty good at it.
Well, okay, yeah, it's just the birth control part I guess they're struggling with. I bet they're great at sex. Wouldn't you think? I bet they're
Well,
outstanding.
I guess there's proof that they are.
Yeah, great at it.
A lot of evidence.
And Mr. Mechanic Jesus has texted the program. Mr. Mechanic Jesus. He says, this whole week, Randy has sounded so effing happy. If you could pass a message on to him, good for you, bro. Retirement suits you well. How happy are you, Randy? Are you just every day, day in, day out, pumped?
Well, here's the thing. If it wasn't for this show, I don't know if I would even know what day it is.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest with you, I kind of wake up and go, okay, what am I doing today? What is today?
Right.
I mean, I had to think about today was Friday a couple of times this morning, actually, that it's already Friday.
Isn't that a magical thing? I mean, I hear that from a lot of retirees.
Yeah.
I hear that from a lot of them, and that's
It's like you're a kid in summer.
Yeah.
It's the same type of thing. You have
Exactly.
I can't tell you, my son, he's 12, and he'll ask me every once in a while, what day is it? He has no clue.
That's
Think, you lucky bastard.
You ain't got jack squat to do anymore, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'll tell you the friggin' truth. If it wasn't for this show, okay, fine, you wouldn't know what day it is. And also, if it wasn't for this show, you'd probably just be sitting around the house shaking out that batting glove up and down.
This is the best part of my day. I've said this before. This
God
is the
bless
best
you.
part of my day.
It's just an unbelievable thing. Okay, it's been a while. Technical difficulties knocked us off the rails for a stretch, but we're back. Dad fights, ho.
Dad fights. Dad fights. You don't have a dad. Here's what it's like. Dad fights. Dad fights. And Brad, they just fight. And the dad fights.
Why did it end so abruptly?
Oh, I
Did
don't
you hit
know.
a button?
No.
Did you fall onto the button again?
You hit the button. Are you shaking out the batting?
More technical difficulties.
It just ended so damn. I didn't expect that. Like I said, it's been a while. And, you know, some say that absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's the return of our Dad Fights trivia battle. Lucky for us, our two competitors, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder, are both still over the hill and overly competitive. So I think it'll be easy to jump right back into the mix. Today's topic.
Okay.
Where we'll be testing the boys' knowledge with Randy Shaver's dramatic and long overdue retirement a couple weeks ago. How about we quiz you fellas on all-time great athletes who have had their jersey number retired?
Oh, boy. Okay.
I think that both of you will do very well. I think you'll do very well.
This sounds like an all sports kind of a thing, not just one particular sport.
Yes, you're right, Randy Shaver. What we're going to go ahead and do is this. We will read you a series of names and retired numbers. You will have to tell us the franchise that retired the players' jersey numbers forever.
Okay.
Like if I said number 46, Andy Pettit. Number 20, Jorge
Yankees.
Posada.
Yeah.
Number 1, Billy Martin. Number 7, Mickey Mantle. You would look to answer like the both of you just did.
Yeah.
Stupid New York Yankees.
And you could keep going and going with the list that they have.
Yeah, I know. It's obscene. We name the retired players and they jersey numbers. You name the franchise that hung their number in the damned rafters.
Okay.
All right, so you know how this goes, but for newcomers to the bit, or if folks forgot, it's a head-to-head competition. Your goal is to be the first to shout out the correct answer. If you're correct, you'll hear my bell. If you're incorrect, I think we're going back to the Costco fart.
Field standby.
It's been so long.
You can steal a point if your opponent answers incorrectly. 10 challenges plus a tiebreaker if necessary. Our return to Dad Fights will be introduced this morning by, who is it, Wapple?
Big Rig Fender Jesus.
Heard of him.
Greetings, brothers and sisters of the Brotherhood. This is Big Rig Fender's Jesus coming to you live from the apartment studios in Owatonna, Minnesota. Today, for your entertainment, we have our regular geriatric gladiators looking to fight it out in a battle of dwindling wits. In this corner, weighing in at too much junk in the trunk, Randy, the Assman Shaver. And in this corner, weighing in at too heavy in the mood category, Brad, the Lonely Boy Ryder. Now you both know the rules. There will be no whining, no crying, and no complaining at Wapple, who is the judge, jury, and executioner. Because this is Dad Fights 167.
167, he says. Thank you. What was the name again, Wample?
Big Rig Fender Jesus.
I've heard of him.
I recognize that.
So again, retired numbers. We're going to read you the numbers, the names. You name the franchise that's hanging their sweater or their jersey up in the rafters as we friggin' speak. And I think you guys are going to nail. I think this is going to be a fast one.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be do very well.
Randy's good at this kind of stuff.
Faster than you can say Jack Robinson.
Number 52, Adam Foote. 21, Peter.
Colorado Rock Avalanche.
Ooh. I heard Rocky.
Avalanche.
Well, he got it before Brad, right? I mean,
He's fine. He's fine.
I mean,
if I would have done that.
Oh, stop making yourself out to be a victim all the time. Brad, we're one question in.
Now I remember why we didn't do this for a couple months.
One question in, and here comes the lonely boy. Damn, Randy, how do you put up with the guy?
I know. God.
We wouldn't have been that cruel to you, Brad Ryder.
I don't think that was very controversial. You know where he was going. He got it out.
You guys wouldn't have been that cruel, but Randy would have.
Well, that's a different story.
These are very competitive.
We can't speak on Randy.
Yeah, but you know what? It's the retired Randy, so he probably would have let it go.
He's a lot more chill.
Either that or he'd have been more on top of it because he has nothing else.
Doesn't know what day it is. Masturbates a lot. It's a retired version of Randy. That's right, Randy Shaver.
Yep, correct. To add insult to injury for fans of Quebec when the team moved. After losing the team, the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup in their first year in Denver in 1996. The 1937 Washington Redskins are the only other team to win a title the year after moving.
Yeah, you know, that bummed me out. I loved the Quebec Nordiques. I loved their color scheme, their logo, their sweaters, the arena that they played in, and they had such a great team. Move to Colorado and then just grab the cup. I still think there should be another NHL club in French Canada.
Oh, I think you're probably right. I think the Canadians would say the same thing, that it's long overdue.
I'd love to see Hartford, too.
Oh, great. Put a team in Hartford. Wapple, you and I could do this. We could all do this all day long. It's never going to happen. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to have teams in these silly southern towns. And the real shame of it all is how many years did the Quebec Nordiques have pretty decent teams, but the Montreal Canadiens would gas them every year in the playoffs. In 96, had they stayed in Quebec, they could have finally thumped the Canadiens and claimed a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They never had a chance to do that. Okay, 1-0 Randy Shaver. Oh, challenge number 2. Number 34, Dave Stewart.
Oakland A's.
Brad.
Brad Ryder is on the board. Also number 34, Raleigh Fingers. Number 43, Dennis Eckersley. Number 9, Reggie Jackson. Those are the numbers retired, just some of them. I don't know. Is that all of them, Dana? Is that just some of them?
No, there's a lot more than that.
I went with 4 each for each of the questions.
All right. Those are the numbers retired for the Oakland, soon-to-be Las Vegas, possibly Athletics, but who knows if they keep the name. Oh, sure. Yeah. 2 number 34s retired.
That's interesting.
A little confusing.
That is interesting.
Because Dave Stewart left for Toronto, right? And then they retired Raleigh Fingers, number 34. But then Dave Stewart came back to Oakland and put on, whatever. But they have 2 retired number 34s. 1-1 tie here. Dad Fights part 167.
Number 34, Charles Tex Harrison. 41, Sweet Lou Dunbar. 22, Fred Curly Neal.
Globetrotters.
Oh,
wow. I think that was Randy.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. So, Randy? Okay.
I think it was Randy.
I need a new bell.
And number 13, Wilt Chamberlain. That would have been the last one. The Harlem Globetrotters, correct. During their over 27,000 wins and the best winning percentage in the history of professional sports, there's a Simpsons gag where Krusty the Clown bet all his money against the Globetrotters.
Let me get this straight. You took all the money you made franchising your name and bet it against the Harlem Globetrotters?
I thought the generals were due.
Man, the Harlem Globetrotters. What a story! What a fun show!
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
love them. Absolutely love them.
Watched them on Scooby Doo and everything.
Yep.
The Harlem Globetrotters. That was a very close situation we had there. Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder both answering the Harlem Globetrotters. Our official scorekeeper Wapple,
There
how
we
you
go.
say, is you gave credit to who on that one?
Randy.
All right.
It's 2-1.
Here we go. Here's your next series of names and numbers, and you guess the franchise that retired them. 19, Lance Allworth.
San Diego Chargers.
We would have taken L.A. as well if you would have said Los Angeles Chargers, since that's where they are now. Yes, 19, Lance Allworth. Number 80, Kellen Winslow. 55, the late Junior Seau. And 14, Dan Fouts. Is Lance Allworth still alive? Probably not.
I don't think he is.
Yes, the San Diego/Los Angeles Chargers. That's another one for Randy Shaver. He now leads 3-1. I've gone on and on many times on this program about how I worshipped the San Diego Chargers in the early 80s. I just thought they were the coolest group of dudes. And if you don't know about what year was that, Brad Ryder, Randy Shaver, I'm going to say maybe 81, 82, 82, 83. The playoff game the Chargers played at Miami. And at the time, it ended up being the longest game in NFL history. It multiple overtimes. Kellen Winslow had to be carried off the field. It was just if you're a young person, look that up. Look that game up. It was historic in many ways. That's 3 correct for Randy Shaver. Yes, the San Diego Chargers.
Number 12, Stan Smeal. 19, Marcus Naslund. 22 and 23, brothers Daniel and Henrik Sedin.
Vancouver Canucks.
Another correct one for Randy. He's on a tear.
He is.
Smeal has the distinction of being the only Canuck to have his jersey retired at their old barn, the Pacific Coliseum. The Canucks played there from 68 to 95 before moving to the Rogers Center.
Another old, obviously the Canucks are still in Vancouver. But this is one we differ on, Wapple. They got to bring back that friggin' yellow and black with the big V on the chest. You hate it. It's gorgeous.
Terrible.
Gorgeous looking. Back
So
in the
bad.
day, they had the bright yellow with the big V on the...
Yeah.
Oh, it was gorgeous. Randy Shaver with a 4-1 lead. Brad, you're kind of getting thumped here.
Yeah.
You doing okay, man?
Can you elaborate?
Are you mad? Are you mad about something?
No, I'm good. I'm just,
Let's see if you can make a comeback, okay? Brad.
Yep.
Brad!
Yeah.
He's right there.
I know, he's there. I'm sorry.
He's right there.
Okay, next up. Number 16, Bob Lanier.
Detroit Pistons. Oh.
Well, there's your first Costco intercom fart, which means an incorrect answer has been given. Randy Shaver said the Detroit Pistons. Now, Brad Ryder, you can steal this point, and I'll give you all the jerseys and all the names and everything. Okay.
I don't think I need it, but
Okay,
we'll go for it. Go for it. I want to hear him.
16, Bob Lanier. 4, Sidney Moncrief. 33, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And number 1, Oscar Robertson. Who is it, Brad?
Milwaukee Bucks.
That's the lonely boy I've been waiting on. You're right. Randy, you got a little uppity there. You thought maybe that the Detroit Pistons had retired Bob Lanier's number. Kareem Bob Lanier, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bob Lanier are 2 of 13 players who have had their jersey numbers retired by multiple teams. Teams. The rest of the list, Wilt Chamberlain, Pete Maravich, Clyde Drexler, Julius Erving, Michael Jordan, just NBA, of course, Moses Malone, Earl Monroe, Dikembe Mutombo, Shaq, Oscar Robertson, Nate Thurmond, and Charles Barkley. That's a hell of a list. Brad registered his second point. It's 4-2 Randy Shaver.
Number 15, Steve Van Buren. 20, Brian Dawkins. 5, Donovan McNabb. Number 9.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles, the correct answers. You can hear by the bell. Reggie White, number 92, that was the last one we were going to do, has the honor of being the only player in NFL history to have his number retired by more than one team. However, no one's quite sure what forgettable franchise was the other NFL team that retired White's number. The world may never know.
I did a lot of research. Couldn't find it anywhere.
Nothing?
Nothing out there.
5-2, Randy. Randy, you can win it all with this one right here. Right stinking here. Rolling through these players who have had their jersey numbers retired, and the boys are trying to name the franchise that retired them. Okay, here's your shot, Randy. Number 19, Billy Pierce. Number 3, Harold Baines.
White Sox.
That was me.
That was Brad.
No.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
No, it wasn't. That was clearly White.
Too close to call. We leave it up to the Muppet.
It was Brad.
Wapple just wants the drama.
Did you not hear me, Wapple? I was way ahead of him.
No, I was in.
No, it was Brad.
The ruling has been made. It's time to let it go. Otherwise on the list, 35, Frank Thomas, and number 72, Carlton Fisk. The correct answer is the Chicago Whites.
It's good to hear that Randy's mellowed in retirement.
Well, that was clearly me ahead. Just clear. Wasn't even close.
We just got to move on. Did you guys know this? The White Sox have retired 11 numbers, but Frank Thomas is the only former player currently doing boner pill commercials on television.
It's quite the honor.
And he does it with a big fat smile on his face.
Yeah, he looks so happy about it.
Yeah, shoot.
Paycheck.
And she'll like it, too.
5-3, we continue on.
Number 24, Spencer Haywood. 19, Lenny
Supersonics.
Dude! Now, Brad Ryder, you got to admit, nailing that winning question after only hearing Spencer Haywood is quite impressive.
Yeah, congratulations on your first win in 2024.
Oh, here.
Oh, my God.
The rest of the numbers would have been. Go ahead. What a.
No.
Not quite there yet.
How about this,
Couple
Josh?
more weeks of retirement.
Josh, just give Randy the numbers and see if he can name the rest of the, retired players.
Oh, good call. 19.
Again, we're talking about the Seattle Supersonics.
Gary Payton?
No.
Lenny Wilkins.
No.
40,
Lenny Wilkins.
43.
Sean
I
Kemp?
got that one. Yeah.
No,
Jack
boy.
Sikma.
Oh, Jackson.
Number 10.
Sorry. Gary Payton.
Nate McMillan. And that's part of our Daynalysis. Nate McMillan spent his entire 12-year NBA playing career with the Supersonics. Then he was an assistant coach for 1.5 years, then a head coach for about 5 years. His long tenure as a player and coach in Seattle earned him the nickname Mr. Sonic. Our colleague Dana is also sometimes referred to as Mr. Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
But that's because he once passed out in a Sonic drive-thru after eating 13 quarter-pound cheese conies and 5 toaster sandwiches.
I earned that nickname.
Oh, my gosh.
I earned that nickname.
Bro, what?
Wow.
13?
What is your life?
Didn't Nate McMillan just agree to be an assistant coach for the Lakers?
Yes.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Forget that Mr. Seattle crap now. I loved watching a lot of
Nate
those guys.
McMillan and Scotty Brooks.
Yeah. That was nice work. Randy Shaver wins by a final score of, I think it was 6-2. That was fun. But I think we found a new way to play this game where you might have a chance to win, Brad. Randy kind of made an ass out of himself there at the end. Good times, everybody. Good times. Oh, by the way, Minnesota retired numbers. Daynalysis listed all of the retired numbers we have here in town. Timberwolves, of course. Who is it? Timberwolves.
Well, Garnett. No, not Garnett.
Malik Sealy.
Sealy. The Vikings have many, so I'll just roll through them. Fran Tarkenton, Mick Tingelhoff, Jim Marshall, Corey Stringer, Chris Carter, Alan Page. The Pigs, I had forgotten that they retired Mikko Koivu.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I'd forgotten all about that. And the Twins, I'm sure you're all familiar with those boys as well. Harmon, Tony Oliva, Ken Herbeck, Carew, Puckett, Blyleven, Kelly Maurer, and Jim Cott. I dug that vibe. I did. I like that a lot. Brad, thank you.
Yeah.
And go out and have a wonderful weekend. And Randy, you keep traveling safe, and we'll talk to you on Monday morning, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks, boys.
And say hi to the old lady for us, will you?
Please do, yes.
Oh, she's still back in the UP.
Oh, my God.
Brutal.
Picked up some new stuff. Boy. Yeah. That's why he sounds so happy.
It's retirement after all.
That's right. Time for some
I'm
changes.
forgetful.
That's what this ring means.
We'll be back in a few minutes here on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Are you ready to beat the heat this summer? Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is here to help you say goodbye to sweltering heat and hello to ultimate comfort. Ashley, what specials do they have going on this month?
Celebrate Christmas in July with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Get huge savings with $1,776 off a new multi-head ductless system. Visit standardheating.com to discover all the goodies in Santa's bag.
You met Lala Kent on Vanderpump Rules. Now Lala and her friends share everything on Give Them Lala.
Ocean now knows the name of the baby.
No Amazon lines for that
impromptu.
one.
No. She's going to leak it.
Oh, if she tries to, I'm not letting her because she will leak the name.
And she says it.
She goes, this would look so great for baby S.
Little baby Stephanie? Stephanie? People are still guessing. The most recent was Stone.
Oh, that's the name of my son. Stone.
Watch what Lala is talking about on YouTube or search for Give Them Lala wherever you listen.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Welcome back to the Half-Assed Morning Show. I'll tell you what, we appreciate you listening. We really do. We've learned some things this morning. Like, for instance, when we learned, at least I had no idea, when we learned there are 7 specific different types of penises. That was news to me. This is according to some silly lady who claims to be an expert. She's put together some new website where if you take a picture of a man's hands and send it to her, she can tell you about the penis size. She can tell you what sex position would be best for you in this. It's ridiculous. It was one of the dumbest things I've read all week. But anyway, in the article about this lady and her new app or her new website where she can provide that service, she mentions 7 specific types of penises. Peni.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
It's weird. I have all 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unique.
It is very unique. You're right. So I guess we've got an 8th.
Is that why you're going to the doctor so often?
Yes.
Man, there's a lot of upkeep with 7 penises.
Then I have a lot of fake prescriptions I need to get for a side gig I have.
Let me tell you now, if you weren't listening earlier, and just a reminder for the rest of us who were listening earlier, here are the 7 specific types of dong. There is, first, the curved up banana, or you can also call it the C shape.
Which Ashley said is her favorite.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's the one she likes.
The bender. That's maybe the only one that doesn't really, through the name, tell us what we're dealing with. The bender.
That's the one Ashley said she has.
Oh. I mean, I could take a guess, obviously. There's some amount of... Okay. The cucumber. That's the third specific penis style. Then you go big shaft, big head, mushroom, and pencil. Those are the 7 types. So, Ashley, only answer if comfortable. Mm-hmm. How would a grown person say that? Would you say this? Would you mind telling us how many of the different styles you've wrestled with in your day?
I guess most of them have just been normal.
See, that's not listed. Normal is not listed. Of the
like
7.
Classic. I'd say the first one. I've came encounter with the first one.
Okay.
The C shape.
But you can't comment on bender, cucumber, big shaft, big head, mushroom, or pencil?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I want to see the big head one. I want to see, like, how big are they talking about?
You would like to be able to tell that story.
Yeah.
But you cannot.
Nope. Maybe one day.
All right.
I agree with your friendly neighborhood garbage man. They forgot about the baby dill. That's what I've got. Just as bumpy, just as small.
When we talked about it earlier, we got texts from guys saying, what about fun size? What about and other jokes like that? The baby dill. That's a good one. Does any of the dudes here on the panel want to try to fess up to which style you're hauling?
I think I just kind of have a boring, normal. Well, I'm not to suggest those are abnormal, but there's nothing unique about it.
Right, there's no defining character.
There's no curve. There's no bend. No one's going to mistake it for a cucumber. They're not going to call you big shaft or big head. They're not going to call you mushroom or pencil.
Nothing at all. It's
All right.
very forgettable. You could ask any previous girlfriend. It's a very forgettable penis.
Well, that's really
unremarkable, you might say.
Unremarkable is the word. All of this was very interesting. I had never heard of the 7 specific styles. So, what if you could redesign the penis? What would you change? Didn't the Beatles have an old song about this? If you could redesign the penis. I must be mistaken.
Yellow Submarine.
That was Yellow Submarine. The internet has been discussing this bizarre topic. And we're not talking about specifically the size. If you could redesign the penis, add anything, subtract anything, what would you change?
There's a few things that come to mind.
Okay.
I wish you had full control over your erections.
All right.
Right? When you need one, you can get it. When you don't want one, go away.
Yep.
Same with orgasms. You can choose exactly when that happens. Sure, there's things you can do, but I want, like, to the moment, be able to...
to the moment?
Yeah.
Down to the second?
Yep. And also what's provided in that, too. I'd want to be able to have a say in that.
Oh,
as well.
I see. You want to be able to have a say
what
in
the show is like.
What that finishing act looks like.
There's a grand finale.
And I'd also like to have some sort of iron shielding over the testicles just to prevent getting kicked there.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with your dogs and those tails you've said they had, they go crazy.
Oh, they're
don't they?
right at nut level.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead if you'd like, 651-989-9393, and let us know if you could redesign your pecker.
Kind of what Josh was saying about having control over having a boner or not. I always thought it would have been nice to be able to bank a boner. You get one at a time, the no reason boner. You can just bank that one and save it for later when it's time.
Yeah, when you're 10 whiskeys deep.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
right.
You call on it when needed. Mm-hmm. And like a loyal dog, it's at your side.
Yes.
All right, here's some of what the internet was throwing into the mix here. If you could redesign the penis, what would you change?
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought of one more.
Yes.
I wish they didn't have rashes all over them. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
If your penis just could not have a rash, that'd be pretty cool. Like, everybody's penis.
No. Everybody does not have that.
Well, you don't like that rash that a penis has.
No, I don't. I can't say that I have that rash.
Pardon me now?
I would like, I don't know, it's not like a design element of the penis, but like if someone could go to the bathroom for you. Like I had to go to the bathroom really bad and I could like boop Josh and now he has to go to the bathroom for
I've often wondered, I've asked my wife sometimes, hey, while you're in there, will you pee for me?
Mm-hmm. So some kind of, what's that called, ESP?
Yeah.
You pass your urine over to Josh and he's the one who's got to dump it. You can stay seated.
Yeah, Josh is like, well, I'm already going there. Might as well give me your urine.
Add it in.
I'd be happy to. I mean, I let Ashley in the building today. If she would ask me to pee for her, I would have if I had the ability.
That's nice of you, Josh.
Men and women, of course, on the godless and dangerous social media, men and women made comments on what they would do, what they would change if they were to redesign the penis. A lady brought up built-in vibration.
Oh, my gosh. That'd be huge.
I never even considered that.
That would just send you right through the roof.
Yeah, maybe that would be too much.
Maybe save it for special occasions.
Yeah, like you can turn it on and off. Yeah.
Josh, how about making the average pecker machine washable?
I know women would like that.
Might get rid of that rash for you.
Yeah.
You and only you. I don't know where you got the idea that we all have a machine.
I thought of another one. You know how like your penis has those ears on it? You know what I'm saying? Like those don't seem necessary.
Ears.
Yeah.
Why does my penis need to hear?
My ears, they're pierced. My penis ears.
That's hot stuff.
Machine washable, okay. And of course, you would have to be detachable. I guess that goes without saying. Oh, here you go, Josh. Armored balls.
Yes. Yeah.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Why? That's a design flaw, don't you think?
It absolutely is. It absolutely is.
Not to be arrogant enough to critique whatever creator you believe in, but
right. I don't think I've ever heard it put that way, but that's perfectly put. I think it is a design flaw.
Yeah, you think evolution would have figured this out already?
Because you know how like girls are always like, "Oh man, a man's balls, they're so hot." A man's balls. I didn't qualify. I love it. I love the balls.
Oh, they
on
love
that
them.
guy.
Yeah, they find them to be so attractive.
They always bring it
They
up.
can't get enough.
They're like, oh, he has the greatest nuts.
No, enough about the wiener. How are the balls?
Armored balls. I'm knocking on wood over here, and that's not a joke, a penis joke. It's been a long time since I took a healthy shot to the seeds, and I consider myself a lucky man.
Oh, you know what else would be good?
What?
Just a little like miner's light on there. You know, because there's times you might need to find something.
Oh, use it like a flashlight.
Yeah.
Oh, like at night
Peeing
when
in
you're
the
trying
dark?
to pee. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was thinking for a lot of different purposes. You know, but yeah, maybe at night you're making love, the lights are off, and
we're talking love making now.
Yeah, I mean, name a use.
What kind?
Maybe you're walking through the woods. And
Sure.
You got your flashlight.
You just
Your
got
phone
your
battery
penis
just
out.
died. Hold on, I can help here.
Boy, I wish I could see. Wong.
What kind of
Luminos.
What kind of rookie has sex with the lights off?
Well, you know, if you don't have the clapper set up.
Make it retractable. Okay, I guess that could be
What kind of is? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess it is. I didn't think about that. So, what do you think they mean by that, Josh?
I don't know. Just maybe.
So it
maybe the same
disappears?
thing. Like you can say, I don't want this right now.
Okay.
A lot of people, or I shouldn't say a lot of people, but a few people are saying that there are women out there that enjoy the balls. But I've never heard one say, you know, like you might look at somebody's butt and go, "That's a cute butt." I've never heard a girl aesthetically, say something nice.
I mean, let's be totally honest. It's very, very rare.
Absolutely.
Very rare that a woman is attracted to nuts. Make it retractable. Maybe they mean it disappears all the way back into your butt. I don't know. How about a toggle on and off procreate mode?
Oh, I would love that. Girls wouldn't
be
have
good.
to take birth control anymore.
We were
That's pretty genius.
Mm-hmm. We were just talking about some of these pro athletes who are pumping out a dozen babies in a year. The on or off procreate mode. One mode for procreation, one just for fun. We're talking about if you could redesign the penis, what would you change? Okay, here's the next answer. An anti-drip function. You have problems with that, Josh. Dripping.
Yeah, the older I get, the more I'll walk away from the urinal and I'll be completely fine, and all of a sudden go, oh, okay, I guess there's more.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not done yet.
Sometimes it's like I think I peed more in my pants just now than I did in the toilet.
What about like an adjustable size? Like you could, depending on what you're up to, you can adjust the size.
Oh, like if you're wearing sweatpants out in public, you can just max it out.
Right.
So that people think, yeah, that's a good one.
Or if it's like too big for the lady or too small for the lady, you can make it the exact size they want.
Whoa.
The girl gets
What do
to
you mean?
choose.
Too big for the lady. That can happen.
Now,
I've never been in that situation.
Whoops.
A woman had that exact idea that you just fired our way, Josh. Adjustable size. The lady says small guys could crank the size up again. That again doesn't have any place in that comment. Small guys could crank it up, and large guys could dial it back. The lady says, so I don't feel like my insides are getting adjusted during sex.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah,
these are all
size fits all.
These are great ideas. How about just for laughs, add a slide whistle?
I would love
That would be kind of funny.
I used to have one of those around here, and I don't know what happened to my slide. I suppose when we moved studios, someone probably stole my slide whistle. Men, here's a lady that says make it so men can change the flavor.
Oh, little blueberry action.
That's the way you'd go right away?
Yeah, definitely.
Root beer, lemonade.
Well, the oddball Jesus said, a lot of times I just would wish my penis could morph into a third hand I could actually use. It would be helpful at times.
Like an elephant's trunk.
Yeah, just something else. You can grab this, that, and this.
How about a color?
Juggling. Can you imagine how good you'd be at juggling?
Wow, you'd be a headlining act. How about an option to change the color?
I'm trying to think like how that would be useful.
Well, you match up with your favorite football team's colors on a Saturday night.
Yeah, maybe
you know what
the
I mean?
holiday. Whatever holiday is.
Christmas.
Red and green.
There you go. Halloween, black and orange.
Make it a candy cane.
That'd be so fun.
Candy cane on Christmas.
I'd be so much more excited to see penises if that was the case.
Let me see your color.
Yeah, what are you sporting around today?
Yeah, it's kind of like a phone cover. You can kind of change it in and out.
Some of these get really ridiculous, but the topic itself is ridiculous, so who cares? The ability to spit money.
Dude, that'd be sweet.
Well, I guess if
Make it rain.
A song. It should play a song when you finish.
Like the Mario? Yeah.
They suggest like the Price is Right winning sound. I don't know what that means. Or the sound when Mario clears a level. I don't know. Is it possible that any of these medical miracles can happen in the near future?
Well, I mean, there's been evidence of some evolutionary changes with varying animals over the years that are pretty incredible. So
animals?
Maybe, yeah.
What are we talking about?
Well, just the evolution where things change.
Sure.
Right, over time, depending on how your body's being used or your environment, things like that.
Sure. So maybe hundreds of years down the road.
Imagine this. I know that Josh's mom has started this with 3 and 4-somes. I can't go after Dana's anymore. I'll just take one for the team.
Oh, my God. He's going after his own mother now.
I don't know what else to do.
Talk about a guy who's given up.
I feel too guilty going after Dana's.
What about Josh's mom now?
So let's say everybody starts having multiple like 3-somes, 4-somes. Maybe there'll be a day where men have multiple penises to satisfy more partners at the same time.
That'd be terrifying.
The 6-penised man.
That would be scary.
And they're not all on his crotch. They're just like speckled across.
There's one on his thigh. There's one on his elbow.
You got to go all the way around the world.
A foot penis.
Chin, forehead.
You just stepped on my foot penis.
Half-assed morning show.
69. This show sucks. Who are you, fart knockers?
93X.
Well, of course, the brilliant brother and sisterhood, our listening audience, of course, they have some great ideas as to how to modify a tallywhacker. That's one of the conversations going around the internet. If you could alter the average penis, what would you change? Some of the ideas from our listening audience. Some of this is really brilliant, really honestly. Suddenly your ween, is what they call it here, can detect STDs.
Oh, wow.
Beep, 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 beep.
That's really good.
That is
Stay
good.
clear. Stay
Herpes.
clear.
Herpes. That would be something. That's from, to hell with it, Jesus. An STD detector on that some.
I had gonorrhea.
You did?
You just giving that out there.
Yep.
Of course
time
you
I
Giving out
did.
the gonorrhea.
It was brought up earlier that maybe you could play us a song now and again, maybe when you finish. Here's a listener who would like to be able to play the Minnesota Wild goal horn sound.
I think that'd be cool.
When he... Automatic lubrication, says a listener, and he says anal would be easier on everyone in the room.
That's very true.
Everybody. Automatic, did you hear what I said, Cubby?
Yeah.
Lubrication.
Never tried it. On either end.
What's the matter with you?
Just not for me, I don't think.
Modifying the penis. Okay. The ability to turn your pee into any drink that you'd like.
That'd be handy.
That would be really cool.
It'd save a lot of money.
Hey, I bet you could use a cold one right now. Zip. You make a guy a tall tap of Keystone.
Be a lot of Mountain Dew for me. That's for sure.
Any drink that you'd like. Mountain Dew?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Isn't your pee just like Mountain Dew, though, Josh? Isn't it just all Mountain Dew?
Oh, you
pretty much. Yeah, there are times where I'm peeing country cool, that's for sure.
It's got a neon hue.
This, I don't know, isn't so much a direct penile modification. It maybe more has to do with the insides of your body. But I bet you, Josh, you would donate to the science team trying to create this. The ability to pee but once a day.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You're always running off to the head.
That would be so nice.
It's not always. Sometimes I just like to walk and fill up water or, stretch my legs. Get a little circulation. You guys know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
You just
yeah.
you dump it. What's that?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to go back to this idea of just dumping it all once a day and you're done. No more lines at the ball game trying to get into the bathroom. You're at the rock concert. Oh, for Christ's sake, look at the line. You did that already for the day.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you just get done before you leave the house and you're good.
You don't have to worry about it anymore. But I think, if you could pee out what you want to drink, that'd be even better. That's the best.
There's a few more. The ability to shoot out a projectile rocket. Perfect for Independence Day parties.
Wow. Everyone's got a different color. Oh, there's Randy's.
Zip. Wow. I would never pee out Code Red Mountain Dew. That would freak me out.
Oh, yeah.
Just regular. Yeah. For the record.
One listener on penis modification says, I just wish mine had fewer feathers.
Dude, tell me about it.
Now, I saved this one for last because I really do, of all the brilliant ideas that have come in on penis modification, this one sounds like it maybe could really be done, and I bet it would make mountains of money. One listener just says, how about we just add a cup holder?
I did see somebody text this suggestion, like maybe a cooling system down there or something for those hot summer days.
Oh, a little fan.
AC.
Mm-hmm. A little way to cool it down easily on those, those awful days like we're gonna have this weekend. That would come in handy at the barbecue.
No question about it.
Yeah, things can get a little warm, can't they?
We appreciate your suggestions.
Yeah, thank you. These are fun. There's some really funny ones that there's no way we could read.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's a couple really good ones.
You're going to share those with us once we go off the air?
Yeah, I wish I could, but I want to make sure those people know we see you.
I was sitting here trying to think of like what I would change about vaginas. The only thing that comes to mind is maybe if like it would shave itself. Doesn't grow hair.
Oh.
That would be really cool. That would help me out a lot. Not having to shave, never worry about like razor bumps. That'd be
Isn't
awesome.
that attainable these days with, what do they call it, laser treatments?
Laser
Yeah,
hair
but
removal.
that scares me. I don't
Oh, it would scare me too. You're taking a laser gun right to the privates?
Yeah, exactly. That's sketchy.
I have to shave mine weekly, otherwise it gets out of control. You wouldn't believe the bush I can grow on my vagina.
Dang. All right, before we go, switching gears here, before we go, a question from a listener. Looking for suggestions. The message here says, I need suggestions, and you're just the group for this. I hope so. This is from Monster Truck Jesus. He's getting married. There will be a monster truck at his event. What do you call it? His ceremony.
That's awesome.
There will be a monster truck. He's looking for ideas as to how exactly to use it.
Run over the new in-laws. It could save you some grief down the road.
Going to be a monster truck at his ceremony. How exactly should he and his new bride use it? Well, the easy answer, I guess, is, and I'm sure you've already thought of this, Monster Truck Jesus, is that the two of you drive it up onto the scene.
I'd want to consummate my relationship in it.
Yeah, you got to bang in it.
Well, that's a crass way to put it, but yeah.
They're about to be a newly married couple, Ashley. Show some respect.
They've never had sex before.
It's their first time.
Yeah.
Banging in it, sure, good idea. You drive it up yourself. I don't know how complex a machine is. The machine is. Your Monster Truck Jesus. Maybe you drive the damn things regularly. Maybe you know exactly how to. Maybe the two of you just ride in the back. You come rolling over the top of a hill in them. I don't know. Other than that, Sounds like a cool scene. Go ahead, Wapple.
You know how people like tie the beer cans or whatever to the back and then they drive away? You could put kegs behind it and then drive away.
That's a great idea.
Awesome.
Empty kegs.
Yeah.
Clink, clunk, 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 clunk. Just beating
There
the
they
piss
go.
out of those damn things.
Happy marriage.
It'd be cool to crush some stuff.
Yeah.
Like a car.
Yeah, crush something.
Crush your in-laws' car. There it goes.
Why are you so mean to the in-laws?
I don't know.
We're trying to pay respects to the recently deceased in-laws that you just ran over, and here you are talking about destroying their property.
Sorry. It went to a better cause.
Jumping over the officiant.
Oh, wow. Yeah, jump on over the crowd.
Like the officiant, he's in a ring of fire, and you just jump right over.
Or you walk when they're going down the aisle, he's doing one of those where they're on the front wheels.
I don't know.
Like a handstand, but with the monster truck, and they drive it.
So who's driving the truck doing this?
I don't know, the monster truck driver or something. Then they're in the back.
Normally, anyone who's getting ready to get married, I'd rip them to shreds. I would, but it's Friday, and I'm in a good mood. And if there's a monster truck there, that makes any boring old wedding a little bit more special.
I would love to be in that wedding. See something like that? That's great.
Think about though, you're kind of dreading going to the wedding. Maybe you're like, oh, another wedding. Then how big of a smile on your face you'd be if you see a monster truck pull up.
Well, Dana, shoot, you're getting married. Well, I guess it's still yet to be determined, but supposed
still a few
to
months.
be getting married.
Yeah,
get a monster truck there. That's so Dana.
That would be me.
Or maybe a car from the Fast and Furious or something like that.
I'm trying to think of the venue, how that would work out. But yeah, that was not a bad idea at all.
Classic.
How would it work out? You just make your own hole in the door there with that monster.
Yeah, I guess it's
Like a
Dana's
Kool-Aid
here.
man, yeah.
Classic country Jesus has texted in to go after monster truck Jesus a little bit, and he more or less is saying, you don't need a monster truck to crush your dreams. You've done that already. Or she's about to do that to you, maybe. All right, we got to get the hell out of here.
Just wanted to let Looking at Lake Superior Jesus and Houston Podcaster Jesus know we're thinking of them, both of our bros there, going through a tough time. So we're in your corner and hoping things turn around real quick. Iron Range Jesus checked in this morning while spending his Friday getting power set up for the St. Louis County Fair. Shout out to Yatsik and Christina getting married today in Texas from Groob Cakes. Ramtucky Jesus texted a birthday shout out to her husband, the best husband ever. Conspiracy Theory Jesus will be 55 tomorrow and hot as ever, she said. Love you, babe. Well, I love you too.
Well, that's directed at her husband.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
No, I see what happened there, but that was directed towards the dude.
I'm very embarrassed.
No, it's okay.
Long Schlong Mod Mowing Jesus has a happy birthday shout out for his baby brother Trey, turning 24 tomorrow. Happy birthday tomorrow to Weight Gonna Kill Me Jesus, who'll be 34, assuming the weight doesn't kill him first, of course. Happy 14th to Brian, and happy birthday to Olivia, turning the big 07 today from HVAC Delivery Jesus. Have a great weekend. Be safe. We need you back here on Monday, and stay cool.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. 93.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show podcast is sponsored by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. New episodes drop each weekday. If your podcast platform has ratings, go ahead and give us 5 stars and maybe give our enemies 1. Thanks, and here's a word from our sponsor.
Celebrate Christmas in July with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Get huge savings with $1,776 off a new multi-head ductless system. Visit standardheating.com to discover all the goodies in Santa's bag.